This.
ये इसी का सेट एंकर रखा है वो बड़ा करता है
No, that is from the reaction.
नो ओके मैं चेंज कर दूँ
Hello, my dear students. Welcome to the JEE Mains 27th January first shift, the morning shift paper discussion going live on your favorite Vedantu JEE English channel. Are you all excited to start the discussion? We had some live reactions coming in just some time back, and I hope that has given you an insight of how the environment or how the examination halls are and the kind of problems that students were facing. Let me just repeat for those students who are joining in right now. We'll be starting the JEE Mains paper discussion of the first shift very soon. Right now, I tell you there were some problems at the center, like the computers were not working, so they arranged different computers. So don't panic, there are adequate number of computers. Second problem which we got was the thumbprint. The thumbprint was not working for many students. Many students were facing some thumbprint related issues or some ID related issues. So the paper started beyond 9 o'clock at some centers, and also some students were facing delays in starting the actual paper. So don't get tensed. Even if your paper starts at 9:10, you will get 3 hours. So your paper will end at 12:10. Don't get scared. Be prepared mentally. I need to tell you all of this because if these things happen with you guys, day after tomorrow or even in the afternoon shift, you should be mentally prepared. So let's start. Get in all your friends, get in all your classmates, batchmates, share this video right now. Smash the like button. Let's make it more than 200 plus likes right away right now. All the 400 plus students watching this particular video, smash the like button and hit the subscribe button right now for your Vedantu JEE English channel. This is your Captain Shreyas and I'm going live. Okay, let's see what the questions are. First question says spherometer cannot be measured with the following, which cannot measure which of the following quantities. Well, spherometer, right? Spherometer, it will not be able to measure only the specific rotation of the liquids. Just check that out. That should be the answer. Yes, specific rotation of liquids. And this was a very surprising question that it came from practical physics. In fact, we have been telling you that this is a newly added chapter. Do not ignore it. Expect 1 to 2 questions from this chapter, and a question has come. Spherometer, it has 3 points on it. You might have seen in the lab there are 3 pointed things on it, and when you place it on the surface of a curved surface, right, it can check the radius of curvature of that curved surface. So it can measure the radius of curvature of any curved surface, be it convex lens, be it concave lens, and even it can measure the thickness of these thin plates and all of that. It is used to check the radius of curvature. You can check the thickness and all of that, but not the rotation of liquids. Was this question there, my dear students? Spherometer is a lab-based instrument. It's a lab-based instrument. Now it came. So be prepared, especially the second shift and the 29th, 30th, 31st and the 1st Feb, students, be prepared to read practical lab manuals. Any experiment can come from those manuals in your JEE Mains. And like you can see, spherometer. But it is very simple. It is not very complex. The application-based questions have come. Next question coming up on your screen. Find the moment of inertia of massless square frames of side length 2 meters with mass of 1 kg each vertex about this particular axis. Now if you see, there are 4 point masses. My dear warriors. So the way you can solve this question, because out of those 4 point masses, these 2 masses are on the axis. So don't take their moment of inertia. Only the moment of inertia of this guy will be taken. So the moment of inertia, which is summation mr square, will involve mass is nothing but 1, radius is nothing but 2, like that. One more term will come, 1 into 2 square. So this will become 4 plus 4, which will make it 8. How many of you got the answer as 8? How many of you got the answer as option A? Very good. If you got the answer as option 8, yes, ma square plus ma square, which is 8, which is option number A. Very good. So see the level of questions in physics. Can you can you say that this is a JEE Mains paper? I mean, look at the level of questions that we would have solved in moment of inertia with complicated geometries, parallel axis theorem, perpendicular axis theorem, and this kind of question comes. But that does not mean the next shift will have same things. It might have one difficult question from any one of them, any of these topics. So don't feel too relaxed or overconfident. That is not the message that I want to convey also. Don't get too relaxed. Just feel happy that the paper was easy. You should be happy that the paper is easy, that's all, but don't get too relaxed. Look at this, a question on 2 dimension, a question on 2-dimensional motion, hai na? So guys, if you are loving this level of paper, smash the like button, and if you have prepared more than what is the level of the paper, smash the like button right now. Okay, yeah, so basically understand, my dear students, if you are happy with the level of the paper and if you feel that under me or under this channel or under Vedantu you have prepared even more than what is required, smash the like button right away right now. It means a lot. Okay, so look at this question. 5 I cap plus 2 j cap was the speed, acceleration is given, the distance moved in the x-axis is 84, find the final speed. I mean, this is a direct question on kinematic equations. You will solve it. Okay. You will solve it basically like this. Observe what you will need to do. Because you have moved 84 meters along the x-axis, use s is equal to ut plus half at square. I do not know the time. Displacement is 84. Initial speed, take it from here. Take it from here, it is basically 5. Time I don't know. Then acceleration. Acceleration, only consider x-axis. Clearly it's mentioned x-axis. Only take the I component. So that is basically 2 into t square. So this will give you t square plus 5t minus 84 is equal to 0. You will get t's values. There will be 2 values. One will be negative, one will be positive, I think. Check the values. What are the roots? I think one of the roots comes out as 7. The other root, you are going to ignore it. Only take the positive root. And then what you are going to do, my dear students? And then what you are going to do, my dear students? You are going to find the velocities. Use Vx is ux plus ax into t. Vx I don't know. You have to find the x component. Initial speed, it is 5. Initial speed is 5. Acceleration is 2. Time, take it from here. It is 7. Right? So that is 14 plus 5, which is 19. Vy, same thing. Uy plus ayt. What is uy? Uy is basically 2. Acceleration is basically 3. Time from here is nothing but 7. 7 3s are 21. 21 plus 2, 23. So 19 and 23. 19 and 23. That is option number A. That is option number A, my dear warriors. That should be the answer. That should be the answer. Yes, you can see the exact same things right over here. Perfect, perfect. How many of you got this? Wow, I can see your reactions. Very good, very good, very good. Keep it up, keep it up. So this was a direct question on kinematics. Direct question on kinematics, my dear warriors, which had come in your JEE Mains paper. Awesome. Right, right. So these kind of questions, so many of them we have done. We have done so many of these questions, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, smash the like button right now if you are loving the level of difficulty which was asked in physics, because the paper is going to be straightforward. You should be very, very happy. We have prepared more than what is required, I feel, for this level of paper to be asked. I feel everybody will be able to score above 80 marks if you have prepared well. If you have prepared decently enough, you will be easily able to score above 70. If you are average, then also you will score 50 to 60 marks easily in the physics paper. That's what I think. That's what I think. All right. So let's go with the next question, which is going to come up on the screen, my dear students. Yes. So why can't we use v square is equal to u square minus 2s? Very good. Why can't we use it? Because first of all, you have to take the dot product. You have to take the dot product of acceleration and displacement, and the displacement only in the x-axis is given. You do not know how much it has moved in the y-axis. So when you write that s, what is that s? I don't know that. You have to find that s first. Number 1. Number 2, it is not as, it is a bar dot s bar. So there is a dot product over there. So many students make a mistake when you use these kinematic equations. So be little bit careful over there. Is that okay, my dear warriors? Yes. You did this question very good, Prudvi. Great, great, great. All right. So I think there is something which we are doing also, trying.
Yeah.
Okay. So just give us a second. Don't worry. Even if you are seeing some message on the thing. Meanwhile, here is the next question coming up on the screen. Here is the next question coming up on the screen. Can you make the text smaller? Yeah. Okay. So here is the next question. So you can see there are two liquids, each of height 6 centimeter. Refractive indices are given. Find the total apparent depth. I mean, so many times I gave you this example of the fish and the bird and all of that, and the same thing has come over here again. What is the formula that you will be using? It will be h divided by mu. H divided by mu will give you the apparent depth. H divided by mu will give you nothing but the apparent depth. Okay, so the total apparent depth will be sigma actual depth divided by mu. So the depths are basically 6. Refractive index is 8/3 plus 6. Again, two heights are there, two liquids are there, so that's why two terms will come, and the second refractive index is 5/3, my dear students. So 6 will go with 8, this will become 3, this will become 4, 3 3s are 9, 9/4, plus this will become 18 and this will become 5. Take the LCM and figure out what the answer comes out close to. Figure out what the answer comes out very close to. What is it coming out to be? 5.85 or 6.85? Check it out. I think it should come very close to 5.85. Yes, that is what the correct answer is. Many students got option B. Very good, Sivaraja. Yes, B for IIT Bombay. Yes, perfect. Awesomeness. Easy peasy question, direct application based. Yes, this was the question which was asked. Guess, I mean, just imagine the level of difficulty, my dear warriors. Another question which was asked was, what is the radius of the electron in the 4th orbit if the 3rd orbit radius is r? Understand, many students might have misread the question thinking r is the Bohr's radius and then 4th orbit's radius is asked. No. The question says r is the radius of the 3rd orbit. What is the radius of the 4th orbit? Now tell me, my dear students, what is the radius of a Bohr's orbit proportional to n square, right? The principal quantum numbers square. So what will you write? You will write radius is directly proportional to principal quantum numbers square. So in the 4th orbit and in the 3rd orbit, if I take the ratio, it will be nothing but 4/3 whole square, which is nothing but 16/9. Now this R4 is what we want to find. R3 is given as R. So basically R4 is R into 16/9. Where is it? B for IIT Bombay. Yes, that's the correct answer. How many of you wrote it? Isn't it straightforward? Yes, n square by z. Z was also not there. Even Z was also not there. Same atom, same nucleus was there. So no question also of Z. Just imagine, right? Crazy, right? Awesome. Very good. This is also done. So 4 marks, add it in your kitty. If you have given the correct answer, add those 4 marks in your kitty. One more question which came was on simple harmonic. One more question which has come is basically from simple harmonic motion, which is basically amplitude is given, maximum speed is given, find x, find the distance, so that you know the speed is 6 meters per second. Semi-transparent. Yeah. So which formulas will you use? One formula that you will need is maximum speed is given, amplitude is given. I think you can find omega. V max is a omega. That is one formula. Second formula is to find the distance from the speed. That means V is omega root a square minus x square. Yes. So the formula that we'll be using, let's solve this question, my dear warriors, because maximum speed is given. V max is a omega. So basically 10 is amplitude into omega. So omega is 5/2. Omega is 5/2, isn't it? Next thing, V is omega root a square minus x square. Velocity is given to be 6. Velocity is given to be 6. Omega we found out to be 5 by 2. And root of amplitude is 4 square minus x square. So take it over here, bring it down. Take it over here, bring it down. So 12 by 5 is root of 16 minus x square. Square it, 144 by 25 is 16 minus x square. So x square will be 16 minus 144 by 25. 144 by 25. So what will be the value of x? B approximately. X be approximately. How much is it coming out to be? Come on, put it up in the chat box. Put it up in the chat box, my dear warriors. Let me know. Let me know. What is the answer that you are getting? Yes, very good, very good, very good. Yes, you are going to get it as approximately 3.2 meters. 3.2 meters is the answer. Perfect, 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 perfect. Amazing, amazing, my dear warriors. Let me just refresh the slide so that if anything new has come, it will come up. Okay, going on to the next slide, going on to the next question, going on to the next question. This question is also done. Next question, resistance having some length is cut into 5 parts, connected in parallel. What's the new resistance? What's the new resistance? Come on. This question, I mean, we have done it so many times in current electricity. In current electricity. Let's see how to solve this particular question, my dear students. So if you have a long resistance of length L, then if I cut it into 5 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's say 5. Okay, 5 parts. Then what will be each part resistance? Each part's resistance, it will be R by 5. Why is that so? Because resistance is directly proportional to the length. Resistance is directly proportional to the length. Now you take such resistances and you connect it in parallel. Connect it in parallel, my dear warriors. What will be the effective resistance? 1 by Rp will be 5 times 1 by each of these resistances. 1 by each of these resistances. So this will be 25 by R. So Rp will be R by 25. R by 25. That's it. So many people might have made a mistake and wrote R by 5. Yes, the answer is D. Very good. D for IIT Delhi. Very good, very good, very good. Proud of all of you. Proud of all of you. R by 25. D for IIT Delhi is the correct answer. Very straightforward question, guys, coming up on the screen. Next question. There is a loop breadth in a magnetic field 5 Tesla making an angle 60 degree with the plane. Loop is pulled out from the field slowly. In 10 seconds, find the EMF developed. There is a good chance you might have made a silly mistake. Listen to this question carefully. It is simple but tricky. Very good chance you might have made a silly mistake and you might get -1 marks. Listen to me carefully. Why I am saying that? This loop which is there, that is making an angle of 60 degree with the magnetic field. Now, whenever you want to find the EMF, you write Faraday's law del phi by del t. Change in the flux because you are pulling it out. Once it is out, there is no flux. Once it is in, there was flux. So the change in the flux will be BA cos theta minus 0. BA cos theta minus 0. And time interval stays there as it is. Now magnetic field is already given as 5 Tesla. Area, well, loop's length is given, breadth is given. From this you can find the area. From this you can find the area. What is the area going to be? 2.5 into 2 into cos of theta upon time. What is the time? In 10 seconds. Many people wrote 60 degree here. No, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. Don't write 60. Why? Because the area vector is here. The area vector is here. Understand that. Or you can think of it like this. Or you can think of it like this. That for this particular loop, the area vector will be like this. The area vector will be like this. So the actual angle that you have to take is 30 degree. Angle between magnetic field and the area vector. So do not write it as 60. Do not write it as 60. Take it as 30 degree. then you solve the question, only then you will get the answer. Understood? Be careful. What is the angle given with? What is the angle given with? Okay, so be careful, be very, very careful. So when you solve that, you should get it as 2.16 volts. Root 3 value, put it as 1.732. Root 3 value, put it as 1.732. Okay, very good, very good. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. So there are two parallel infinite wires which are carrying 10 amperes in the opposite direction. Distance between the wires is 5 centimeter. Find the magnetic field in between the wires. In between the wires. So what do you need to do in this question? Again, direct formula based question, my dear students. Let's try to do this. Yeah, there is one wire here, another wire here. This is carrying current like this. This is carrying current like this. Total distance is how much? 5 centimeter. This is 5 centimeter. Question is, at the midpoint, find the magnetic field. Due to this wire, if you use right hand rule, you will see the magnetic field going inside. Due to this wire also, if you use the right hand rule, you will see the magnetic field is going again inside only. So they will not cancel or become zero. In fact, they will add. So the total magnetic field will be B1 plus B2. But B1 and B2 both will be equal because both are carrying 10 amperes. This is also 10 amperes and this is the midpoint. That means this is 2.5 centimeters. This is also 2.5 centimeters. So it's midpoint. So I can just write it 2 times of B1, 2 times of B1. So 2 into mu naught I by 2 pi r. Use that formula, 2 cancels, right? And mu naught is 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. There is pi over here. Current is basically 10. R is 2.5, my dear warriors. So 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 2. Convert it into meters. This is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 2 meters. Just write it. You are going to get the answer. What is the answer that you are getting? Yes. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Everyone, what was the answer that you got? Quickly. Yes, you should have got this as 1.6. Exactly. 1.6 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla. Very good, Sarvana Kuwar. Very good, Sakti. Very good. Thank you for joining the session, and not just joining the session, but also liking the session. If you are not doing that, you are not giving your Guru Dakshina. When you don't give Guru Dakshina, what happens is the knowledge does not register in a student's head. The knowledge will not be useful for you in the examination. You always have to give Guru Dakshina in some way or the other. So smash that like button. If you are watching it recorded, put a comment after the video also. That will mean a lot because live students are at least chatting. Correct? Okay. Moving on to the next question. And question says, find the percentage volume change of a liquid at some depth as compared to the surface. Bulk modulus is also given. Gravity is also given. This is a question which is combination of 2 chapters. It is combination of 2 chapters, which is your modulus of elasticity. That means elasticity chapter, properties of solids. And the next chapter is liquid at a depth, means hydrostatic pressure, fluid mechanics chapter. So 2 chapters are combined together to make this question. So combination questions have also come. Okay, so let's see how do we solve this particular question, my dear students. Let's see how do we solve this particular question, my dear students. We know that the bulk modulus definition is the change in pressure upon relative change in the volume, isn't it? All this is modulus. This is mod volume, value. Find the percentage change in the volume. So that means if I try to find del V by V, that will be del P by bulk modulus. That will be del P by bulk modulus. Now, what is the change in the pressure going to be because of? Is because of the liquid at some depth. That means rho G H. Rho G H. What is density? Because it is, what is it? I think it's water, I guess. Let's assume it is water. So use the density as 10 to the power 3. Gravity is 10. Height is basically how much? 4,000 meters upon the bulk modulus, which is 2 into 10 to the power 9. 2 into 10 to the power 9. What is the answer going to be? Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. What is the answer going to be? Yes, rho GH. Yes, Vishal, correct. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What is the answer going to be? Yes, it is going to be option B, right? Very good, very good. 2%. 2%. Perfect. Awesomeness, awesomeness, awesomeness. Now, I am going to come up with more 10 questions right now. Just give me few more minutes. But meanwhile, your maths paper discussion and chemistry paper discussion is going to start. So don't go anywhere. Our maths paper discussion is going to start right away, right now. All right. So yes, Namrata ma'am is going to come. Namrata ma'am is going to come. And remember, in the description box, you also have the link for joining the Vedantu mains test series as well as advanced test series. If you are confident, join the advanced test series. If you are not so confident, for your second attempt, you have the JEE Mains test series. All the links are there in the description box right now. Okay. So Namrata ma'am is going to start with mathematics because it was a tough paper. Yes. So I think you should pay extra attention to maths now. And chemistry was directly NCERT based. So let's get the maths paper up and running. Just 1 second. Yes, this is ma'am's paper, I guess. Yes. So maths paper discussion is going to start right now. All right. So don't go anywhere. Yes, maths paper discussion is going to start. I'm just getting Namrata ma'am too. Okay, so Namrata ma'am, your ninja ma'am is here. Yes, round of applause and smash the like button for ma'am if you have not done that. Ma'am, how was the paper? It's good.
Till now the paper was the similar, like a little bit lengthier, but the paper was not out of the box at all. But you know what, basically there are some questions which were out of syllabus, sir.
Oh my god.
I mean, not exactly out of syllabus, but there was one question from AGP, sir, arithmetic geometrical progression, which they have reduced, they have eliminated. Yes.
Okay, let's see.
So
so ma'am, you can,
so let me just share questions over here.
It's here.
Okay.
It's here. So you can just use this.
Okay,
You can just use this. Okay. It's not on PPT. It's on Google Slides.
Acha, okay.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. All the best. I'll be seeing you after some time. Okay. And after Namrata ma'am, your Nandini ma'am will be going live. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So the very first question you can already see on your screen from straight lines, right? The question says, the points on the line in the first quadrant, you can see this is the line. Okay. Where to select the pen? Where is the pen? How to select the pen? Give me a moment. Let me just call Shreya, sir. Sir. वो पेन नहीं चल रहा. Can somebody please help me? हाँ तो.
Can't use that.
Another pen?
No. You can use the pen. Use this.
Okay. अच्छा okay. Oh.
वो PPT नहीं है.
Which color?
Whatever you want.
How to change the color? Only 4 colors. Okay.
Only
ठीक है.
colors.
ठीक
And
है.
when you are changing the slide, you have to.
Okay.
When it is there, you can't change the.
This button? No?
Yes.
Okay.
Now you can't change the colors.
Now I can change the slide.
Yes.
But it's not changing. Okay.
Take it.
Okay. Yeah. So the very first question you can see on the screen.
If this is not there, you can't write. It should be there.
Okay.
Keep it in one side. You can drag it to anywhere.
Okay.
Let it be here only.
Okay.
It's there in both the side. See this. This.
Okay.
Now write.
Okay.
Click
See,
on
color is not getting changed, no? Now it is changing. Okay. Eraser.
This is you can erase whole screen, or you can do this also.
Okay. Fine. How to remove this right hand? This is not getting removed. Okay, thank you. All right. Yes, so the very first question from straight line, which says points on the line in the first quadrant which trisect the section of the line in first quadrant, what is the tan of the angle between them? So basically for this question you have to draw the diagram, which you can see over here. Can you see this? And you know what? So the line, how does a line look like? Tell me. So you can clearly see that x upon 5 plus y upon 4 is equals to 1. That means I can easily draw the line 5 and 4, and you know what? Yes. So this will be your line, correct? And on this particular line we have to take 2 points. Can you see 2 points over here? Point number 1, point number 2, in such a way that these 3 sections are equal. Can you see? If I mark this as A, this as B, and this as C and D. So AC, CD and DB should be equal. है ना? That's what the word trisect means. Trisect means trisecting in equal parts. So clearly the question is from the section formula, right? I just need to know the coordinates of C and D, right? Yes. So if I talk about the AC and CB, AC and CB, so this would be 1 and CB would be 2, and this is 0, 4 and this is 5, 0, right? Yes. All right. Now I need to know the coordinates of C. So coordinates of C will be what? Tell me in the chat box. Coordinate of C will be 1 multiply 0 plus 5 multiply 1 multiply 5. Okay, 1 multiply 5, 1 multiply 5 and 2 multiply 0 whole upon 3, comma, what would be the y coordinate of C? So that would be 2 multiply 4 plus 1 multiply 0 upon 3. So this is 5 by 3, 8 by 3, correct? These are the coordinates of C. Similarly, you have to figure out coordinates of D. For D, you need to change the ratio now, right? For D, you need to change the ratio. You need to delete this 1 and 2. Now, this time what will happen? This would be 2 and this would be 1, right? AD would be 2 and DB would be 1, the ratio I'm talking about. Now, tell me the coordinates of D now. So, 2 times 5, that is 10, plus 1 times 0 whole upon 3 and comma 2 times 0 and 1 times 4, so that would be 4 by 3, right? So coordinates of C and D are found out, right? Now what I need to do is I need to know this particular angle. I am interested in tan of alpha. For that I need to know the slope of OC and slope of what? OD both. Slope of OC is what? y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So this is 8 by 5 is slope of OC, very clear. And 4 by 10, that means 2 by 5 is slope of OD. Now I need to know the value of tan alpha. So value of tan alpha will be equals to mod of 8 by 5 minus 2 by 5, that is 6 upon 5 whole upon 1 plus 8 2s are 16 by 25, right? The moment you solve it now, you will get 30 upon 41. Yes. So option D, you can see absolutely right. The first question, it is actually not very difficult. Can you see this question was lengthy? No. Was this question difficult? No. I would consider it as an easy question, right? Doable question, provided you don't make any calculation mistake. Let's move on to the next question now, right? So next question is, yes. So next question is from, yes, can you see next question? So next question is from AGP. Yes, that's what I was telling you. There was one question which came from AGP and they did not actually ask about this. They did not tell you that there was a question. There can be a question from AGP, right? Yes, little slow. Am I going really fast? Okay, so in mathematics, yes, a little bit deleted stuff. Tough stuff has been asked, just like this question. So I can clearly see 3 plus 1 by 4 times 3 plus p and all the way up to infinity. So this is given as 8. This expression is given as 8. There was an incomplete question. So this expression is given as 8, right? 8 is given and we need to figure out the value of p. So this was again how to solve such questions. So 8 will be equal to 3 plus P upon 4 plus 3 plus 2P upon 4 square, 3 plus 3P upon 4 cube, and all the way up to infinity. Thank God this question is all the way up to infinity and not up to n terms, because S infinity I know, S infinity we all know. The question is really easy if I talk about AGP, right? Now how to solve it? So first of all, 8 minus 3, can I write it as 5 is equals to 3 plus P upon 4? This is much easier, right? 3 plus 2P upon 4 square and all the way up to infinity, right? How to solve AGP? You now just need to multiply the common ratio in both the sides. Yes, multiply common ratio. What is the common ratio? 4 is the common ratio. Can you see? 4, 4 square, 4 cube. So 4, 1 by 4, basically not 4, 1 by 4 is the common ratio. So let me just multiply 1 by 4, so it will become 5 by 4. That would be equal to, now 1 by 4 will be multiplied with this term, but I'm not gonna write it over here. I'm gonna shift this term towards a little bit right hand side. So 3 plus P upon 4 ka square. So 3 plus P upon 4 ka square. Are you getting my point? I am multiplying 1 by 4 in here, but I am not writing it over here. I am writing it over here because these two are like terms. Next we have, so 3 plus 3P upon 4 cube. So I'll be multiplying 1 by 4 over here. So 3 plus 2P upon what? 4 cube and all the way up to infinity. Now we just need to subtract these two. The moment you subtract 5 minus 5 by 4, what would you get? Okay. The moment you subtract, okay, 5 minus 5 by 4. So let me just solve it over here. 5 minus 5 by 4 will be equal to what? And this is 0. 3 plus P by 4 minus 0. So this is 3 plus P. Plus this minus this is what? Tell me. Subtraction of these two. 3 gone. 2P minus P is what? P by 4 ka square. And next term would be P by 4 cube. Right? And all the way up to infinity. Are you getting my point? So 5 4s are 20. 20 minus 5. So this is 15 by 4. And yes. And this is 1 by 4. Right. So this is 15 by 4. Now this is 3 by 4. So minus 3 by 4. I am calling this 3 by 4 towards left hand side. This will become what? P by 4 plus P by 4 square plus P by 4 cube. Can you see this all the way up to infinity? This is infinite geometric progression. Now this is something which is already in your syllabus. 5 minus 3 is 12 by 4. 12 by 4 is 3. So you are getting actually 3 is equal to, now this, if you take P common, and you have infinite geometric progression, 1 by 4 square. So A upon 1 minus R, right? And this will become what? This will become 1 by 3. So P is coming out as 9. Yes, this is the correct answer. P is coming out as 9. Right? Is question paper easy or tough? So the question paper was pretty balanced. It was neither on too easier part, because chemistry was slightly easier, but maths part was a bit lengthier part. Okay, not that difficult, but it was a bit lengthier part. That's what they are saying. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Right, let's move on to the next question. Okay, so this question was from what do you say? Yes, from relations and functions, right? Relations topic. Can you see equivalence relation? That means symmetric, transitive, reflexive. Very easy question, pretty easy question, right? Yes, shift one paper we are discussing, because shift 1 is going on right now. We can't discuss that. All right. So you can see that there are 10 elements in set S. And so this is a little bit rough question. This is a memory based question, let me just tell you. So a little bit here and there will be expected. Okay, so now this is A comma B. Basically this is a relation which is containing two sets, right? That means A comma B. The two sets will sit inside this relation, and the condition is A intersection B should be a null set. What is the condition? A intersection B should be a null set. So basically if I have two sets, na, set A and set B, and if their intersection is coming as null, that means it will sit inside my relation A comma B. Are you getting my point? And there will be so many relations. Now we need to check whether my X is symmetric, reflexive or transitive. First of all, what is reflexive? So reflexive relation, just say that both the ordered pair, both the elements of the ordered pair should be equal. What does that mean? That means A comma A should, if my A comma A is my part of relation is X, then my X is reflexive. We need to check for this. That means what is the condition? A and B both should be equal. So A intersection A set, if A intersection A is null, if A intersection A is null, then only I can say that my X is reflexive. Now A intersection A, if you take intersection of any set with itself, it won't give you null set. It won't give you null set. In fact, A intersection A will be A, which is violating the condition of this relation. That means my relation is never ever reflexive. So option C is absolutely wrong. Okay, X is symmetric and reflexive. So either A and B are true, right? So definitely X is symmetric. Why? Very easy. So symmetric condition is what? If A comma B belongs to my relation, then B comma A should also belongs to my relation. What does that mean? If A intersection B is null set, then B intersection A is also a null set. That means the condition is getting true. That means my relation is symmetric, right? So symmetric so definitely will be there. Now we need to check only for transitive. If my relation is transitive, I will check option B. I will take option B. If it is not, I will check only option A. So I can clearly see that you guys are yes. So you guys are actually telling me the answer. So A intersection B. So transitive says that if A comma B belongs to your relation and B comma C belongs to your relation, then definitely your A comma C should belong to your relation. Then you can say that your relation is transitive. So what does that mean? So if A intersection B is null, right? And B intersection C is also given as null, does that mean your A intersection C will also be null? It doesn't necessarily mean. I can give you the example as well. For example, A is what? 1, 2. B is what? 3, 4. What does that make you feel ki A intersect and C is what? C is what? 1, let's say 5. Can you see this example? A intersection B is null definitely. What about B intersection C? That is also null. But does that make A intersection C as null? No, I have proved it. A intersection C is not null. That means that my relation is non-transitive and I can clearly say that option A is absolutely right. Okay? Right? Option A is absolutely right. X is symmetric relation. Let's move on to the next problem. And yes. All right. Okay, so this is a half question is given to us. Okay, yes, so this was the half question. A dot B is given as 3, right? So this is some distorted, please manage. Okay, but the information is correct. This is from the vectors. Yes, this is from the vectors. Okay, so A dot B is given as 3. A vector is also given to you and B vector is also given to you. And one more information is given, A cross C is equals to B, right? And you need to figure out what this particular thing is, what you need to figure out. A dot B cross C, this will take some of our time, right? This will take definitely some of our time. But what about A dot B? Actually, this information is wrong, okay? A dot C is given. A dot C is given as 3. Okay, A dot C is given as 3. All right. A dot C is given as 3, A is this, B is this, and A cross C is given as B. Now we need to figure out this. A dot B, can we calculate A dot B? First of all, let's tackle this, the remaining portion, A dot B. So A is given, B is given. Ma'am, we can definitely calculate A dot B. Tell me what would be the value of A dot B. Let's tackle the easy part first. So A dot B would be what? So it would be 3, right? And then plus 6. 3 plus 6. and then we have plus 3. 3 plus 6 plus 3. So that would be 12, correct? A dot B is coming out as 12. Or what you can do is 1 plus 2 plus 1. 3. So 4 3s are 12. That way also it is 12, right? Make sure A dot B is 12. A dot C is already given to you, which is 3. So that means this is minus 12. This is minus 3. I just need to know A dot B cross C. I just need to know A dot B cross C. But you know what? There is one information. A cross C is equals to B is given to us. A cross C is given to us. A cross C is given, but B cross C is what we need to figure out. So basically, you know what? A dot B cross C. So this is the scalar triple product which follows what? Which follows cyclic order. So what I can dot C cross A definitely, because C cross A, from here I can write my C cross A will be equal to minus B, right? Just reverse it. So C cross A can be replaced with what? Minus B, and that would be minus B ka square. So minus B ka square is what? Is this value. So finally I am getting minus B square minus 15. Just tell me the value of minus B square. So value of mod B will be equals to 9, and that would be into 3. So 9 3s are 27. So minus 27 minus 15 in the chat box. I should see the correct answer. Yes. So minus 42. Right? So this is the thing that A dot B cross C, we can make it a slight change. Basically we can write A dot B cross C, B dot C cross A, or we can write C dot A cross B if in case it can work for us. But this only one transition was working for us, so we don't need to move ahead. Okay? Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. All right, let's move on to the next problem. Okay, yes. So yes, I have this problem. Yes, what is the problem? Question number 6. So don't go on the numbering, right? So circle passing through these 3 points, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 2k, 3k. Basically circle passing through 3 known points and 1 unknown point. We need to figure out the value of k, right? How did you get the paper? I didn't get the paper. I got the questions. The students were coming out. We were asking them what was asked in the examinations. Here it is. That's why it is a memory based paper, and you can expect a little bit error here and there. Okay. But the question, the logic will be exactly same. Okay. So the question says that circle is passing through 0, 0, 0, 1 and 1, 0. If you plot this circle now, you will realize that the circle is a special kind of circle. Just plot it. That's why I tell you, every time I tell you. So 0, 0, right? 0, 1 is this, and 1, 0. Okay, the moment I draw the circle passing through these 3 points, you will realize this is a special circle. Now you will ask me, ma'am, no, we can't see any special thing in this circle. What were you saying? So you know what? Once I draw these 2 lines, now this is O, let's say this is A, this is B. Can you see this is 90 degree? Can you see that if I take AB as the diameter, basically AB is the diameter because circle is having a 90 degree, a right angle triangle. So basically whenever you see this, na, ki a chord is making 90 degree at the circumference, that chord is nothing but diameter of that circle. So AB is diameter. So I can clearly write the equation of a circle whose extremities of diameters are given to us, and that is x minus x1, x minus x2 plus y minus y1, y minus y2 is equals to 1 is equals to 0. Now you can peacefully substitute 2k, 3k in this and get the result. Right? Okay. 2k, 3k you can satisfy in this. So 2k minus 1 plus 3k minus 1, that is equals to 0. Now what you can do is you can just multiply it. So 4k square minus 2k, okay, plus 9k square, okay, minus 3k is equals to 0. So 13k square minus 5k is equals to 0. So k is either 0 or 5 by 13. You know what? When k is 0, when k becomes 0 now, your coordinate 2k comma 3k will automatically become 0 comma 0. So that we are not interested in. We already know 0 comma 0 is passing through a circle. We are interested in the other value of k, which is 5 by 13. So this question has this answer, which is 5 by 13. So 5 by 13, can you see, is the correct answer, as k cannot be equal to 0. Are we clear? Are we clear? Yes, yes, yes. Can I get a big thumbs up for this question? How do you rate this as a question? How do you rate this as a question, basically? You know what? Even if you don't figure out this now, this whole thing that AB is a diameter, then also you can solve this question. Let me just show you, let me just solve this with another method. Yes. So suppose you have seen that this circle is passing through 0 comma 0, right? So any circle which passes through 0 comma 0 looks like this: x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus constant will be 0. Any curve passing through origin will have no constant, that is 0 constant. So this is your curve. Now 0 comma 1 you can satisfy clearly. So x will be gone. The terms related to x will be gone. So this will be 1 plus 2f is equals to 0. That means 2f value is equals to minus 1. And similarly, the moment you put 1 comma 0 in this curve now, so you get 2g is equals to minus 1. That means you've got your curve. Again, same thing. So your curve will be x square plus y square minus x minus y is equals to 0. Now what you can do is you can put 2k comma 3k in this particular expression and you are done. Again, let's see. So 9k square plus 4k square minus 2k minus 9k is equals to minus 3k is equals to 0. Can you see, if you solve this again, you will be getting what? 5 by 13. Right? So both ways you can do it. If you can't see the circle, just do this. Okay? Alpha question. Easiest question of all. Alright. Okay. Perfect. We have another question from definite integration. You know what? This is one of the high weighted chapters, I already told you. And you know what? This question was extremely easy, right? So basically 1 upon root 3 plus x plus 1 upon root 1 plus x. And you know what? I already told you this while we were actually solving definite integration. Now, even if you know little bit integration, definite integration will be much easier for you, right? So this is an easy question. So how to tackle this question? So basically the moment we see root 3 plus x plus root 1 plus x now, so this expression I need to rationalize it. Please write rationalize. Please write rationalize over here. So basically 1 upon root of 3 plus x plus root of 1 plus x dx इंटीग्रल 0 से लेके 1. Okay, this is your expression. Let's just rationalize it. Let's do that. Multiply root of 3 plus x minus root of 1 plus x upon root of 3 plus x minus root of 1 plus x. I am just trying to rationalize it, and then post that I'll be writing dx. Okay. So root 3 plus x, a plus b, a minus b, so that would be 3 plus x minus 1 plus x, right? A plus b, a minus b. What would be your numerator? So root of 3 plus x minus root of 1 plus x, and you have 0 to 1, and this is your dx. Correct? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, x and x cancelled, so 1 by 2 we will take out outside. And just integrate root 3 plus x. Who is going to tell me the integration of root 3 plus x? Come on, this is extremely easy. So power half is there. We will add 1 in the power and same thing in the denominator. So that would be 3 plus x raised to power 3 by 2 upon, that would be 3 by 2, or you can write it as 2 by 3, right? This is outside. Okay, 1 by 2 is outside. Let me just write it over here. Okay, so this is 2 by 3, okay, minus 1 plus x raised to power 3 by 2, and this is 2 by 3, okay, and this is 0 to 1. Can you see this 2 is getting cancelled out, okay, and we just need to plug in the values now. Everything is sorted, plug in the values. Let me just put the values over here. So the moment I put 1, what would I get? The moment I put 1, so that would be what? 4 की power half. So that is 2 cube, 8 by 3. 8 by 3. I am putting 1 over here. And then minus, okay, 8 by 3 minus, the moment you put this 1, so 1 plus 1, 2 की power 3, so 2 root 2. So minus 2 root 2 by 3. Minus 2 root 2 by 3, correct? I have put it 1 over here. Now put 0. Upper limit minus lower limit. The moment you put 0 now, you will get what? 3 की power 3 by 2. So that would be 3 root 3. So 3 root 3 by 3 minus, the moment you put 0 over here, it would be 1 by 3. Very nice. Very nice. So 8 by 3 plus 1 by 3, that would be 9 by 3. Correct? And yes. So we have minus of 2 root 2 minus of 3 root 3 by 3. Okay? Whole thing. Okay. So this is by 3. Correct? Now what is the question? Question is a plus b root 2 plus c root 3. So 3 minus 2 root 2 by 3 minus root 3. So a is clearly 3. A is clearly 3. B root 2. So B is clearly minus 2 by 3. And what about C? C is coming out as minus 1. So these are the values. You need to plug in those values in this expression. 2A minus 3B minus 4C. So 2A minus 3B. So that would be 6 and minus 4C. So plus 4. 6 plus 6, 12. 12 plus 4, 18. 18 is the answer. Okay, 12 is the answer. 2A minus 3B minus 4C. Let me just check. So 3 to the 6. 2A minus what? 3. So okay. Yes. So this is so 2A 6 minus 3B. So plus 2 and plus 4. Can you see this? The answer is absolutely correct, which is 12. Yes. Plug in the values, you will get the answer. 12, 12, 12. I can see before me you are answering. Okay, I'm super duper happy that before me you are answering. Okay, all right. Let's just move on to the next question. Let's move on to the next question. So yes, now we have one last question, and post that chemistry ma'am will be starting. Okay, let's just begin this question. We have this question from ellipse. This is the last question. No, I'm not skipping because that will take some time. So this is a lengthier question. That's why I kept it in the last. Okay, because I don't want to make things like maths paper is lengthy. But this concept is very easy. The question is a little bit lengthier. Okay, let's start this question. Find the length of the chord of this ellipse. So this ellipse is given to us whose midpoint is 1, 2 by 5. Right, so the moment I see this ellipse, right, and we have a chord whose midpoint is given to us now. So the equation of this chord, do you remember this? Equation of chord whose midpoint is given to us. This is valid for circle, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola. Equation of chord whose midpoint is given to us. Can you tell me? That is T is equals to S1. T is equals to S1. Yes, equation of chord whose midpoint is given to us. T is equals to S1. What is T? So T is nothing but basically how to write T. So for T, what we need to do is we need to replace x square by x1 and y square by y1. Okay, and for S1, that means we need to put that point in this ellipse. Let me just show you how to write. So you have a point 1, 2 by 5. So this would be x square will be replaced by what? x1. So x into 1 upon 25 plus y square will be replaced by y into 2 by 5 upon 16, right, minus 1. So this is your T. This is your portion T, right? What about S1? T is equals to S1. S1 means just plug in this point 1, 2 by 5 over here. So that will give you 1 by 25 plus y square is what? 4 by 25 into 16. You just need to solve it, and minus 1 of course, right? minus 1 is anyway going to get cancelled. The moment you solve this now, what will you get? You will get this chord, right? And the moment you get chord of this ellipse, what you are looking for is length of the chord. So if you have this line now, what you can do is you can find the intersection point of ellipse and the chord. So if you get this point and this point, you can easily calculate the length of the chord, isn't it? Yes. Okay. All right. ठीक है, तो let's just begin, let's just solve it. So x upon 25, let's just start getting the line. Okay, so this is 2 and this is 8, 8 5s are 40, so y by 40, and that will equal to what? Tell me. So this is 1 by 25, 1 by 100. So if I multiply 4 by 4 over here now, so 5 by 100, right? So 5 1s are 5 2s are basically 1 by 20. So the moment I cancel each and every term with the table of 5, 5 8s are 40, 5 4s are 20. So it will be 5 8s are 40, 8x plus 5y is equals to 1 by 4. So I am getting the line 8x plus 5y is equals to 10. This is equation of your chord. Is it fine? This is your equation of the chord. Chord ki equation you have. Ellipse की equation you already have. The moment you solve it, you get what? You get x. Two coordinates of x. One will be this, another will be this. And the moment you solve y and this, so you will get y coordinate as well. Right? Let's just solve it. So now, yes. Can I write? So if I solve this ellipse, na x square plus y, x square by 25 plus y square by 16 is equals to 1. Yes, so x square by 25 plus y square by 16 is equal to 1. That is one thing, your ellipse. What about your chord? 8x plus 5y is equals to 10. Now ellipse and chord are here. You just have to solve ellipse and chord. Get the value of x coordinate. Let's do that. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do that. So 25 multiply 16. Can you tell me 25 multiply 16? So it would be 25 multiply 4 is 100, so 400, right? So it is 400 16x square plus 25y square, right? I need to calculate the value of 25y square. So 5y is equals to 10 minus 8x, square both the sides. So 25y square will be 10 minus 8x ka whole square. Let's just put this value over here and form a quadratic in x which will give you two values of x. Are you getting my point? So this would be what? 10 minus 8x ka whole square is equals to 400. Let's start calculating 16x square plus 100, and we have plus 64x square, 80, so minus 160, x is equals to 400. Okay, so 16, 4 के टेबल से काटो, 4 4s are, 4 16s are, 4 25s are, 4 8s are, 4 100s are. Okay, so 4x square plus, so this would be 20x square, and we have minus 75, and we have, okay, so minus 80x is equals to 0. Again I can solve it further, so it will become what? So we have done it right. Okay, 5 4s are 20, 5 2s are 8, and 5 1s are 5, 5 5s are, so x 4x square minus 20x minus 15, 4x square minus 20x minus 15 is equals to 0. I have made a calculation mistake, I guess. So 425, 400 is fine. 100 x square minus 80x, and this would be 4 के table से काटा तो 100, 75. Okay, so basically yes. Let me just check. Give me a moment. Yes, this is absolutely right. Till here we have done this correctly. Now what are we looking for? What are we looking for? We are actually looking for length of chord, so that will length of chord will be equal to square root of x1 minus x2 ka whole square plus y1 minus y2 ka whole square. Correct? Now x1 minus x2, that means we are looking for difference of roots, right? We are looking for difference of roots. So x1 minus x2 ka mod will be equals to root over d by a. So root over d, so that would be okay. So 400 plus 4 4s are 16, 16 into 15 by a, which is 4, right? If you solve this now, if you solve this, you will get what? Root 76 by 2. Yes. So root of 76 by 2 is x1 minus x2, right? So you can plug in the value 76 by 4 and y2 minus y1 will be what? So from here you can actually calculate y2 minus y1. So the moment you calculate, so this is y1, let's say this is y1, and 5y2 is equals to 10 minus 8x2. Subtract these two, what you will get is 5y1 minus y2 is equals to 8 times x1 minus x2, right? And so 64 by 5, 64 by 25. x1 minus x2, so that would be 76 by 4 and square root of it. So the moment you solve it, your final answer will be what? Root 89 something, root 89 by into root 76 by 5. And this is your final answer. And you know what, give me a moment and explain it to you that this midpoint is a rough point. Basically there may be some error in this point, so that the calculation will be much easier in the original problem. So this is what we could do, 1 comma 2 by 5, right? Okay, yes, all right, okay. So there is actually one more question. Yes, there is one more question. Yes, there is one more question. Okay, and post that chemistry ma'am will be taking over, right? This is the last question I'll be discussing. Okay, 40x you are saying, 40x, root 29 by 5 you are saying. Okay, 160 by 4 is equals to 40. Okay, maybe I have made a calculation mistake. Okay, let's focus on this question, right? Let's focus on this. AP, first AP, this is second AP, 4, 9, 14 and up to 25 terms, and this is 3, 6, 9 up to 37 terms are there. So basically what, okay, this is the question. If you remember, I have already taught you in sequence and series, and in sequence and series I was telling you, I took at least like 2 minutes and I told you that this type of question, I have a feeling that it might come in 2024. I have told you that story as well. So basically you can see that there are 2 arithmetic progressions, right? And you are looking for number of common terms, 2 arithmetic progression, right? AP number 1, AP number 2. So AP number 1. So what I need to do is, first of all, I need to know the last term, the 25th term of first series. So 4, 9, 14 and all the way up to 25 terms. And 3, 6, 9 and all the way up to 37 terms. What we are looking for is find the last terms. Find out the last terms, right? So basically the first arithmetic progression will be 4 plus n minus 1, and d is what? D is 5, right? This is your last term, and what? 25. So 4 plus 24 into 5 will be your last term of the first series. So 124 will be the last term, if I am not wrong. Yes, 124 will be the last term. Right, 124, let me just write. So 25th term is 124. What about this 37th term? So 3 plus 36 into common difference of this would be what? 3. So 3 plus 6 3s are 18, 3 3s are 9 and 9 plus 1 10. So 1 1 1. 111 is the last term of this second AP, right? So let me just rewrite it. Right, so basically your AP are 4, 9 and all the way up to 124. And the second AP 3, 6, 9 all the way up to 111, right? And you are looking for the, so this is first, this is second and common AP. common terms wali AP. So common terms wali AP, we can clearly see the first term which is common is 9, right? First term which is common is 9. Okay, and what would be the next term? Who is going to tell me how to solve it? Basically the resulting sequence which will be made by common terms is nothing but AP, whose common difference will be LCM of D1 comma D2. So here LCM of D1 comma D2, so 5 comma 3 ka LCM will be 15. So the next term will be 9 plus 15, that would be 24, and so on, right? Yes. So what I need to do is, basically my last term will be the common of these two terms. So my last term would be less than or equal to 111. That's what I need to do. So I need to apply the condition that in the sequence my last term will be 111 or less than that, right? Let me just apply this condition. So 9 plus my last term is n minus 1, 15 is my common difference. This should be less than or equal to 111. So that will give you your answer. Now 111 minus 9, so 15 times n minus 1 will be less than or equal to, so that would be 102. Can you see that 102 by 15? So n minus 1 is less than or equal to 102 by 15, 6 point something, right? 6 point something. So n is less than or equal to 7 point something. N is equal to, so n basically 7 point something. That means maximum number of common terms can be 7, right? So 7 is the answer. 7 common terms, right? Yes, okay, all right. Let me just call ma'am, the chemistry ma'am, okay, Durgesh ma'am. Let me just check whether she is ready. Okay, all right, stay right there.
Yes guys, now the chemistry is going to start, and after that we'll be back with physics also. So Nandini ma'am is here, so get ready my dear warriors. It's time for Nandini ma'am. Yes ma'am, please come in. So ready for the chemistry discussion, warriors? Here is Nandini ma'am. All the best ma'am.
Thank you. Hello guys. Okay, so let's start with the chemistry part. The paper was extremely easy, very easy, and that's how you should be expecting your next shift's paper. As I told you, as I've already been telling students, that this January exam is supposed to be the easiest attempt. So if you are attempting the January attempt, please focus on the easy part of the chemistry. Chemistry part was extremely easy. Let us do the first question. Which of the following has the highest enol content? Okay, we are back. Which of the following has the highest enol content? So in this question, what you have to actually consider, bacha, the keto-enol tautomerism. What is asked here about the tautomerism? Let me select the pen. 1 second. Okay, what is happening? 1 second. Okay, we haven't downloaded the slide yet, so let us download this. One second guys, let me take out the pen. 1 second. Okay, so we are back. Okay, so here, 1 more second. Yes, So in this question, this was again a very basic organic chemistry question. So what is asked here, like which has the highest enol tautomerism? So what you have to keep in mind, bacha, in the keto enol tautomerism, which one is the stable product? In keto enol tautomerism, right? So there's this kind of tautomerism, but here always the keto product is formed 99%, because keto product is actually a more stable product. But in which cases the enol product will be stable? If in that case, if anyhow, if I'm forming the enol product, then aromaticity should arise, right? So if you look at the option A, if I convert this keto form into the enol form, what will happen? Let us do that. Let us look at the solution, right? So this was the, sorry, one second. Yes. So this was the keto form, right? This was the keto form. But if I convert it into the enol form, what will happen? What will happen? I will again form this cyclohexane ring, and then I will extract the alpha hydrogen and do what? Attach the alpha hydrogens here, and then here, and then here, and according to this double bonds will also be added. So can you see that this compound is actually gaining what? Aromaticity, and hence as the aromaticity is gaining here, that is why this is a special case in which enol form will be formed highest amount, because it is gaining aromaticity or it is gaining stability, and hence enol form is the most stable wherever you are finding that the compound is gaining what? Aromaticity. Easy question. So the answer is actually option A. Now let's move on to the next question. Again, extremely easy question. Which of the following cannot show variable oxidation state? What do you think? Which cannot show variable oxidation state? What is meant by oxidation state? Can you see all the compounds that are given here are from the 17th group of your P block? Again, a P block question, extremely easy question. What is the electronic configuration of P block? It is NS2, NP, NP what? 5. Correct? This is the electronic configuration of what? Your P block element. Correct? So can you see, except your fluorine, every other element has a what? Has a d orbital, but fluorine doesn't have. Fluorine has no d orbitals, and due to that it only shows only one oxidation state, which is bacha what? -1. But it also shows +1 oxidation state, but with what? With just one acid, which is your HOF acid. Only in this case it shows a +1 oxidation state. Otherwise it never shows any variable oxidation state. It can only show -1 oxidation state, meaning what? It has 5 electrons in the p orbital, so it can gain 1 more electron, right, and become the stable noble gas configuration. Very easy. So this is how it gets only one oxidation state, which is -1. But yes, it also shows +1, but in just one in the entire world, only one case, which is HOF. Correct? So the correct answer is again bacha fluorine. Are you getting it? Is everybody getting the answer? Next, this is again, look at the level of the questions asked in the morning attempt. Okay, the first attempt, which is IUPAC name of this compound. It is extremely easy question. What will be the IUPAC name of this compound, bacha? So how you will do the naming? So first of all, identify the substituents. What is the substituent here? The substituent here is the ethyl group, and the substituent here is what? 2 methyl groups are present. Correct? Now I have to do the numbering. How you will do the numbering, bacha? We do numbering in such a way that the sum of the total numbers is actually the lowest. Sum of all the locants has to be the lowest. Correct? So therefore I will number this carbon as number 1, this carbon as number 2, and this carbon as number 3.
Why? Because now I can write it as 1,1 dimethyl 3-ethyl. So I have to actually start naming alphabetically. So it will be 3-ethyl 1,1 dimethyl cyclohexane. So B seems to be the correct answer. Here what you have to keep in mind, bacha, that the numbering of the compound will happen in such a manner that the sum of the total locants should be the lowest. Correct? So therefore, if I add here, what all locants I have used? I have had 1, 1 and 3. Correct? So now the sum of all the locants is just, bacha, 4. Correct? Sum of all the locants is 4. But if according to you, but if you say, ma'am, why can't I name it like this? Right? You can also ask me, ma'am, I can name it. This can be number 1 because it has ethyl substituent in it. Ethyl is what? Alphabetically E comes first, then methyl. You are correct in that manner. But then what will be the number of the substituents? It will be 1, 2, 3, right? Now what will be the name? Its name would be 1-ethyl, right? 1-ethyl, and then it will be 3,3 dimethyl. This is how the name will go, right? But now add the locants. Here what will be the sum of the locants? 1 plus 3 plus 3, which is equals to what? 7. So this number is actually so high, therefore this is the wrong way to number. Wrong way to number. The correct numbering is, bacha, this 1, 2, 3. Correct? Because you have to give the lowest sum to the locants. Are you getting it? Okay. Now electronic configuration of neodymium, as I've always mentioned, in your D and F block, especially your F block, bacha, what is asked the most? The most that is asked is to write down the electronic configuration. So you must be very thorough with neodymium, with curium, with gadolinium. All these names are very favorite of examiners. Okay, so please focus on the electronic configuration. So neodymium is what? It is a F block element. Which F block? Lanthanides, right? And its atomic number, bacha, is 60. Its atomic number is 60. Hence we will start with what? We will start with the first noble gas, which is the number 54. 54 noble gas is xenon, right? So its actual configuration is xenon 6s2, 5d0 and 4f4, right? And how you will know this? Only by practice writing the electronic configuration of all the elements of D block and F block. Correct? So here the answer is actually B. Now let's move on to the next, again extremely easy question. So what is the compound given below? That was the question. Can you imagine? So what kind of compound is it? Is it an aromatic compound? No, it is not an aromatic compound because there is no conjugation here, right? All the carbons, some of the carbons are even sp3 hybridized, but in aromaticity we need all carbons to be sp2 hybridized. So this is not aromatic, not anti-aromatic, but this is acyclic compound, right? Is this a acyclic? No, this is a cyclic compound. So this is a alicyclic compound. The answer is first, right? Alicyclic compound. The answer is number A. Okay? Now let's move on to the C. Some definition is also written. Alicyclic compounds are those compounds in which both aliphatic and cyclic, which are both aliphatic and cyclic. These are the saturated or unsaturated hydrocarbons containing non-aromatic rings of carbon atoms. Point to be noted. Correct? Let's move on to the next question. The compound. Okay, we have done this. Which of the following is a polar molecule? Very easy question from chemical bonding. Easiest question that ever can be asked. Now let's calculate the bonding order. Okay, of CH2, which is alkene. Alkene is like this. Does alkene has any dipole moment? Does alkene have any dipole moment? No. The dipole moment here is bacha 0 because the hydrogens are placed in such a manner that even if it takes away electrons to itself, the total dipole moment comes out to be 0. Correct? Now the next question is CHCl3. CHCl3 actually has some dipole moment. This is CHCl3 structure, right? I can write CH3L3 like this, and here what will happen, bacha? The chlorine will accept the electrons here, and the carbon is more electronegative than hydrogen, so it will go here, and hence it will have some dipole moment will be present here. Correct? So CHCl3 seems to be the right answer. CHCl3 is a polar molecule. Is CCl4 a polar molecule? No, bacha. CCl4 again is not a polar molecule because it is a tetrahedral molecule, and all the chlorines attached to it will do what? Will attach the electrons, attract the electrons towards itself in the same direction, like in all opposite directions it will be attracted. So here again the dipole moment will be 0, and again in CH4 what will happen? Because all the atoms are same, CH4, right? So there will again in CH4 it is again a non-polar molecule. So the only answer that seems to be correct is CHCl3. Why? Because the constituting atoms are different, their electronegativities are different. Chlorine is very much electronegative than hydrogen, correct? So therefore, due to the difference in electronegativity and the difference in the attachment of atoms, this will be polar, the others will be non-polar, correct? Now the next question, bond order sum of NO plus and CO is. See, I've always told that bond order questions will come. The last exercise that we did comprising of all the questions from the chemistry, we also did this thing where bond orders were discussed. Now, how to calculate the bond order of NO plus and CO? So, how many electrons do you think are in NO plus? How many electrons are there? Nitrogen has a total number of, what is the atomic number of hydrogen, bacha? Atomic number of hydrogen is 7, correct? So 7 electrons are present in nitrogen. And how many electrons are present in oxygen, bacha? 8 electrons are present in the entire oxygen, correct? So the total number of electrons in nitrogen is 7. The total number of electrons in nitrogen is 8, correct? So the total sum will be what? The total sum will be 7 plus 8 will be what? 7 plus 8 will be 15 electrons, but there is a positive one charge, so 15 minus 1 is equals to what? 14 electrons. So this is again a 14 electron species. Similarly, your CO atom. Your CO atom is how many electrons? Carbon has again how many electrons, bacha? Carbon has 6 electrons and your oxygen has 8 electrons, and 8 plus 6 is what? 8 plus 6 is again your 14 electron species, right? Your 14 electron species. So these two will follow the 14 electron species rule, correct? Now when you are filling the electrons in the orbitals, these two will follow the 14 electron species rule and not the more than 14 electron species rule. You all remember? Do you guys remember that there is a different molecular orbital diagram for more than 14 electron and for less than 14 electron species, correct? So for 14 electron species we will follow which diagram? We will follow this diagram, sigma 1s2, right? Sigma 1s2 and then sigma star 1s2. This is how we will fill the electrons. Then will come what? Then will come sigma 2s2, then it will come sigma star 2s2. Then again what will come? The next will come will be pi 2 px2 is equals to pi 2 py2, correct? And then what will come, bacha? And then the order will come of sigma star 2 pz2. So can you count the total number of electrons that I've added are actually 14. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, correct? 14 electrons we have added. This is the same order that will follow in both the species, okay? In both the species, similar order will be followed, and now we have to calculate the bond order. Bond order means what? Half number of electrons in bonding minus number of electrons in anti-bonding. This is the bond order formula, correct? Now what will happen, bacha? Half, how many electrons are in bonding orbital? Can you see? In how many electrons are in bonding orbital? Here it comes 10 minus 4, which is equals to 6. So the bond order will come out to be 3 for both cases. For both cases, the bond order will be 3. Hence it is asked what the sum of the bond order. So it will be 3 plus 3, which is equals to 6, which is the correct answer. Does everybody understand this? Everybody got this? Okay. Okay, next. Nucleotides are joined by. Nucleotides are, okay, people are saying that they did good. Okay, nucleotides are joined by, again your biomolecules questions. See, questions are asked from each and every chapter, but easy questions. Actually, I'm telling you, the chemistry paper level this time for this morning shift was equivalent to how chemistry paper is actually for the NEET students. So the level was actually pretty easy, and if you're not scoring good this time, I don't know, I think your chemistry was not prepared at all, because it was the easiest chemistry. Now nucleotides are what, bacha? Nucleotides look like this. This is a structure of a nucleotide where there is a sugar base. Okay, there's a sugar, it is attached to a nitrogenous base. What kind of base? Nitrogenous base, and again it is attached to a phosphoric acid group. Correct? So this entire structure made up of 3 entities, a sugar, a base and a phosphoric acid group, is called a nucleotide. Always remember, it is called a nucleotide, and 2 nucleotides are linked to each other. Can you see? The 2 nucleotides are actually linked to each other through this bond. Can you see this bond? This bond is called what, bacha? This bond is called glycosidic bond. It is called what? Sorry, phosphodiester linkage. This is called phospho. Can you see? This is a phosphorus bond. So this is called a phosphodiester linkage bond. Always remember, correct? So nitrogenous base plus sugar plus your phosphoric acid group actually make your nucleotide. Always remember this, nucleotide. But nitrogenous base plus sugar, okay, only these 2 entities comprises to form, bacha, what? Comprises to form a nucleoside structure. Always remember this. This forms a nucleoside. These 3 together is called a nucleotide. Only these 2 together are called nucleosides. Nucleotides are joined together by, can you see there is a phosphorus bond, right? Phosphorus O and this CH2 group. This bond is called a phosphodiester linkage. Okay, 2 nucleotides are joined together by phosphodiester linkage, and the carbon that joins together is 3' and 5' carbon. Always remember, 3' and 5' carbon forms the phosphodiester linkage. Now let's move to the next question. Which of the following has yellow color? Again, this question is from your D block elements. Very important. When I taught you D block, I always told you that you have to consider the colors of each and everything. Correct? So which one has a yellow color? So in this potassium dichromate and the potassium chromate, you have been studying about, bacha, what? You've been studying about, bacha, 2 structures, potassium chromate and your potassium dichromate. Correct? 1 second. Yes, so your K2Cr2O7 is actually red to orange in color. Red orange in color. But your K2Cr4, bacha, is your yellow in color. Okay, so K2Cr27 is actually red orange in color, but K2Cr4 is actually yellow in color. So the correct answer is B option. That is it. That was the entire question. Correct. Let's move on to the next part, which is how many compounds have sulfur in +4 oxidation state. Can everybody see? In +4 oxidation state, there are so many compounds written over here. Okay, SO3, BaSO4, H2S2O7, SOCl2, SF4 and H2S2O3. Okay, and there was another compound which was H2SO3. Correct? So these were all the compounds asked, and it was asked which was in +4 oxidation state. Okay, now let's calculate the oxidation states of each and every compound. Before that, I want to give you a trick. So whenever, see, most of the times how you'll calculate the oxidation state, bacha, by using the general formula, by using like this, like SO3. What will be the oxidation state of SO3? S I will consider as X. I know that the oxidation state of oxygen is -2, right? So plus -2, and how many oxygens are there? 3. So therefore here the value of X comes out to be +6, correct? So I have calculated oxidation number using this basic algebraic formula, correct? This is how I calculate the oxidation number, but this formula is not always applicable. In what cases this formula is not applicable, bacha? When the oxidation number, okay, when you are calculating the oxidation number through this algebraic formula and it comes out more than the maximum oxidation state of the compound. For example, the maximum oxidation state that sulfur can show is +6, right? But if your oxidation number somehow is coming out to be more than +6, then you will then what will happen, bacha? Then we know that what kind of linkage is present between its oxygen. It can be a peroxy linkage. Always remember that. Whenever the oxidation number is more than the maximum oxidation state, there is a presence of peroxy linkage. But if the oxidation number is actually less than the maximum oxidation number, correct? It is actually less than the minimum oxidation number. Minimum oxidation number, it is less than that, then what will happen, bacha? There is a presence of element-element bond. Element-element means sulfur-sulfur bond, phosphorus-phosphorus bond. There is a probability of this kind of bond if the oxidation number is actually less than the minimum oxidation state of that element. But if the oxidation, But if the oxidation number is equal to the maximum oxidation state, then there can be a presence of, bacha, what? There can be a presence of a oxy linkage. Always remember, this thing is very much important whenever you're calculating the oxidation number of any oxo acid, any acids that you have studied, acids of sulfurous, you have studied acid of phosphorus, right? So all these things will depend. Whenever you're calculating oxidation state, always remember this thing, okay? Now let's come back to the question again. Yes, now let's do. So we have calculated that sulfur here is present in +6. In BaSO4, what is happening, bacha? In BaSO4, what is happening here? Let me attach my microphone once again. Yes, and also look at the chat box. What are people saying? What all are people saying? How is your exam? Beta, we cannot talk in Hindi because this is an English channel, but if you want to attend the Hindi lecture, you can go to Vedantu JEE channel, they teach in Hindi, okay? So now in BaSO4, again we will calculate using the what? Using the algebraic formula. So Ba, as we know, has the oxidation number of +2. We do not know of sulfur, so it will be +6, and here it will be -2 into 4. So again X comes out to be +6. Again sulfur is in +6 oxidation state. In H2S2O7, H2S2O7, what will be the oxidation number of sulfur? Can you calculate? It will be +2 plus 2x plus 7 and 2 is -14. So here again the value of X comes out to be +6 again. In SOCl2 again we are back to, bacha, SOCl2. What will be the oxidation state of sulfur here? Sulfur is X, oxygen is -2, chlorine is -2 into -1, correct? +2 into -1. So here X comes out to be, bacha, what? Here comes X comes out to be +4 oxidation state in SOCl2. Again in SF4 the oxidation state of sulfur is again +4, correct? And in H2S2O3, H2SO3. What is the structure? What is the structure of H2SO3? The structure looks something like this. S double bond S. Here it will be OH. Here it will be double bond O, right? And here again it will be OH. So somehow the structure looks like this, bacha. ठीक है? Okay. And here the oxidation state of sulfur is actually a little bit different. For example, here the topmost sulfur is actually in -2 state and this sulfur is actually in +6 state. So always remember, this is what? This is dithiiosulfuric acid. So the oxidation state here varies like this, and there was again another formula asked, which was H2SO3. In H2SO3, if you calculate using the algebraic formula, here also the sulfur oxidation state comes out to be 4. So actually there were 3 correct answers: H2SO3, SOCl2 and SF4. All of these things are in +4 oxidation state. Everybody understood? Everybody understood? Okay, let's move on to the next part. Ethanol gives Lucas test, and para-nitrophenol is more acidic than meta and ortho-nitrophenol. Again, a very, very interesting question. So Lucas test, this is again from your what chapter, bacha? This is again from your alcohols, phenols and ether chapter. So which ethanol gives Lucas test? No. Ethanol is what kind of substance? Lucas test is actually used for what reasons? Lucas test is actually used to differentiate between primary alcohol, secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol, correct? So Lucas test is actually used to differentiate between all these 3 kinds of alcohol, and because ethanol is a primary alcohol, so ethanol doesn't give Lucas test. In Lucas test, what happens? We actually react with the zinc chloride, right? With zinc chloride and HCl, we actually react this thing, and with primary alcohols, it do not give any turbidity in the reaction. With secondary alcohol, it gives turbidity after 5 to 10 minutes, right? And in tertiary alcohol, it gives turbidity instantly. Turbidity instantly, right? So this is how you differentiate between these kinds of alcohol. Primary alcohol do give turbidity, but when you actually heat it, when you actually bacha heat it, after heating it, it will actually give turbidity. But before, if you're not heating it, primary alcohols will not give the Lucas test. So the first statement is bacha what? False statement. Next is para-nitrophenol is more acidic than meta and ortho-nitrophenol. Is this statement true? This statement is very much true. Now I'll draw the structures of every para-nitro, ortho-nitro. This is what, bacha? This is para-nitrophenol is more acidic. Then comes your bacha ortho-nitrophenol. ठीक है? And then comes bacha your meta-nitrophenol. Nitrophenol. Okay? So now this is the actually acidic trend of your correct? Now what is happening here? Why is para-nitrophenol more acidic than ortho-nitrophenol? So how you will consider the acidity structure, bacha? Acidic means what? Anything which is acidic means what? It will easily give away the H plus ion, correct? That's what we consider to be an acidic compound. So which will give away the H plus easily? So OH here has to give away the H plus easily, right? So which will give away the H plus easily? Then the anion formed after the H plus leaves. When this anion formed after the H plus leaves has to be the most stable anion, right? So here it will come NO2 here, right? So now what is happening? How to stabilize this anion formed? How to stabilize? Like more amount of groups attached to it, which are electron withdrawing groups, right? If this NO2 is what, bacha? NO2 is a electron withdrawing group, right? So NO2, because it is a electron withdrawing group, it will stabilize the acid form here. And why is OH NO2, which is the ortho part of your acid, is not a good acid, bacha? Because it forms here what? It forms intramolecular intramolecular H bonding. Because it forms intramolecular H bonding, hence your orthonitrophenol is not as acidic as your paranitrophenol. Okay, paranitrophenol is most acidic because NO2 is an electron withdrawing group, therefore it will stabilize the anion form and hence this will be the strongest acid possible. Correct? Next. Okay. So statement 1 is incorrect but statement 2 is correct. Correct. Next, which has more unpaired electrons? Again a very easy question, and this question is but from where? From your coordination geometry. Correct, coordination chemistry. This question is from coordination chemistry. Which has more unpaired electrons and how you will find out that? So Fe 3 minus. Let's calculate the oxidation state of Fe in the first thing, Fe F6 3 minus. Correct, this is the first coordination compound. What is the oxidation state of Fe in this compound? Fe oxidation state is in Fe plus 3 oxidation state. Does anyone have any doubt in it? Iron is in plus 3 oxidation state. Correct. So now for iron, what is the electronic configuration? For iron, electronic configuration is 3d6 4s2. But now we know that iron is actually present as plus 3. Hence, I will take out 3 electrons from here, 2 electrons from s block and 1 electron from the d orbital. Hence, the electronic configuration here will be 3d5. What will be the electronic configuration? 3d5. Now can you see the ligand attached to it? The ligand attached in the first option is a very weak field ligand. Fluorine is what, bacha? Fluorine is a weak field ligand, right? So now how will the electrons enter? So now when the splitting happens, when the splitting of d orbitals happen in, how does the splitting of d orbitals happen? In the presence of a weak field ligand. In the weak field ligand, this is a T2G orbital, this is your EG orbitals. The splitting is how, bacha? This octahedral energy is actually very less. Hence, the electrons can jump and go to the EG orbital. So now, how I will fill 3d5 electrons? 1 electron here, 2 electron here, 3 electron here. 4th will be here and 5th will be here. Correct? So now the number of unpaired electrons here is how much, bacha? 5 unpaired electrons. Anybody has any doubt in it? This has 5 unpaired electrons because fluorine is a weak field ligand. Now the next ligand, now let us look at the next part, which is Fe. Okay, so the next part is Fe H2O6 whole twice. Correct? So here Fe is in what oxidation state? Fe is in plus 2 oxidation state. Hence its electronic configuration will be 3d6. And how I will fill the 6 electrons? Here again H2O is again a bacha weak field ligand. It is again a weak field ligand. So what will happen? Again how the splitting will happen? Here will be EG, here will be T2G. The splitting will be really small. When the splitting is small, therefore there will be no pairing of electrons. Correct? So 6 electrons will go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now calculate the number of unpaired electrons here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the number of unpaired electrons in the next thing is 4 and here the number of unpaired electrons were 5. So which one has more unpaired electrons? Obviously Fe 3 minus has the most unpaired electrons. Correct? Understood everybody? Understood the question? Now let's move on to this very interesting question. Very interesting question. People have told you the wrong answers. The wrong answers are circulating. I have seen the wrong answer. Please look at the right answer of this question. Do not consult any other institute because people are actually giving wrong answer to this question. So here we are treating the alkene with the HBr and H2O2. Can you tell me what kind of reaction is this? What kind of reaction is HBr in the presence of H2O2? This reaction is actually anti-Markovnikov reaction, isn't it? Because here we are using HBr in the presence of a peroxide. Hence, what is the reaction mechanism that goes on here? It is a free radical mechanism, isn't it? So free radical mechanism goes on here. So now what will happen? This is C, single bond C, triple bond C, 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 and here somewhere, yes, there's another C, and here is the CH3. Correct? So this is the compound that is given to you. Now you are adding HBr to it. Now I'm adding HBr to it in the presence of H2O2. Now I know that the addition will be anti-Marconi curve. Means what? That the bromine will be added to the carbon which is least substituted, isn't it? So here the addition will be like this: C, single bond C, 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 and C, and here will be bacha Br attached, and here it will be CH3 attached. Right? This is how the reaction will follow in the presence of a peroxide. Now count the number of stereoisomers. For stereoisomers, you have to actually look for how many chiral centers are there, isn't it? So how many chiral centers are there? This is the first chiral center, this is the second chiral center, isn't it? These two chiral centers are present. Chiral means what? To one carbon atom, all the four substituents should be different here, right? So here to this carbon, one hydrogen is also there. Here also one hydrogen is there, correct? So now there are two chiral carbons I can actually see in this compound, and the formula to calculate the number of stereoisomers is what? The formula for number of stereoisomers is 2n squared, where n is the number of chiral centers. Here the number is 2. So therefore it will be 2 squared, which means what? 2n squared. Now what is the number of chiral centers? 2 2s are 4 2s are 8. So 8 stereoisomers will be present, isn't it? Isn't it? Now let's move on to the next question. Sorry, 2 to the power n. 1 second, correct this. 1 second. Where did it go? We were here, right. Eraser, yes. It will be 1 second. It will be 2 to the power n, which is equals to 2 to the power 2, which is equals to what? 4. 4 stereoisomers will be present here, correct? Now let's move on to the next question. Acidic strength comparison. Very interesting question. Acidic strength. Again, acidic strength means what? Which will give away the H plus ion more easily. Which will give away the H plus ion more easily. Again, this actually depends on what, bacha? Which will give away the H plus ion more easily? Where the anion formed after giving away the H plus is actually the most stable anion, isn't it? Here there was again one more NO2, do not forget. So this is the complete structure here. So NO2 is what kind of substance, bacha? NO2 is an electron withdrawing group, right? And to stabilize this anion, I actually need more and more electron withdrawing groups so that the negative charge is delocalized. The negative charge, because I have to make the negative charge neutral. More neutral the compound, more stable it is, and therefore more acidic, right? So whenever you are seeing acidity, what you have to see, which will give away the H plus easily. Meaning what? It means that the negative ion left behind should be the most stable. So whichever is the most negative anion formed will be the most acidic compound. Here, because there are so many NO2 groups attached, hence it will do what? So this one will be the most acidic compound, isn't it? So this, because this has 2 electron withdrawing groups attached, and in the third option, what can you see? There is CH3 groups. There is an alkyl chain attached to the OH. Alkyl chain do what? Alkyl chain actually gives electron. It is a electron releasing group. It is an electron releasing group, but NO2 is an electron withdrawing group. So this will be not stable, but these two will be stable, and between these two, this compound will be the most stable compound due to the 2 electron withdrawing groups attached to it. Next question, when n is equals to 4 and s is equals to plus half, how many electrons in all the subshell with its configuration? Correct? Look at this question, bacha. When n is equals to 4 and s is equals to plus half, very, very important. If you are sitting for the evening shift, please look at these questions because many of these questions will be repeated or the concept will be repeated, right? So hence I'm explaining all the concepts used in this question. N is equals to 4 and s is equals to half means what? Means what? When n is equals to 4 means in the nth principal shell. In the nth principal shell, in the fourth principal shell, how many electrons are there? So the formula for calculating number of electrons is what? It is actually 2n squared. This is the, and n is the principal quantum number. We have the principal quantum number 4. So it will be what? It will be 4 square, which means what? 4 into 4 4s are 16 into 2 is 32, which is equals to 32 electrons in the entire bacha what? Fourth shell, right? Like in the entire fourth period. But it has asked with just the spin quantum number as plus half. And we know in the 32 electrons what will happen, bacha? Within the 32 electrons, half of the electrons will have the plus half spin and the other half will have the minus half spin. Correct? So with the plus half spin, how many electrons will be there? Just half of it, right? Just half of it, plus half spin will be there. So the total number of electrons with just plus half spin will be what? Will be 16 electrons. So the correct answer is actually 16. Did you get the concept? It has asked like in the principal shell of fourth. Fourth is the principal quantum number. In that quantum number of shell, how many electrons are in the plus half spin state? Plus half means what? How many electrons are pointing towards the upward direction? That is it. So in the fourth principal shell, if there are total number of 32 electrons, so therefore in the plus half spin state only 16 electrons will be there. The other 16 will be in the negative spin, that is minus half spin. Okay, everybody got it? Next question. Which of the following, see again a biomolecule question, very easy question. Which of the reaction is correct with the enzyme? So these are actually the enzymes: invertase, maltase, zymase and pepsin, right? So these are the enzymes and the reaction is given here. Okay, the reaction is when I convert sucrose to glucose and fructose, the enzyme used is invertase, which is actually the correct answer. This first option is actually correct. So whenever sucrose is made into glucose and fructose, the enzyme uses invertase. Why is it called invertase, bacha? Because if sucrose is in positives plus spin, and then glucose and fructose are actually in the rotates the ppl light in the negative direction, right? If the sucrose rotates the ppl light in the positive direction, the mixture of glucose and fructose actually rotate the ppl light in the negative direction. That is why the enzyme used to convert sucrose into glucose and fructose is called invertase. Option A is correct. Now let us look at option B. Glucose. When glucose gets converted into CO2 and ethanol, what is the enzyme used? Enzyme used, bacha, here is zymase, not maltase. When is maltase used? Maltase is used when maltose is converted into glucose. Okay, always remember, when maltose is converted into glucose, then maltase is used. Correct? We will look at all the enzymes in the reaction. Now look at the C option. Protein to amino acids. Which enzyme converts protein to amino acid? It is not zymase, bacha. It is not zymase. Which protein converts? The protein is protease. Protease. Okay. And starch to maltose. Starch to maltose. Which enzyme actually converts starch to maltose, bacha? It is not. It is not pepsin. It is actually amylase. Which enzyme is used? Amylase is used. ठीक है, तो I have told you working and function of each of the thing actually mentioned in the options as well. And pepsin is used what? Pepsin is actually secreted in your tummy, in your stomach. Whenever you eat food, right, for the digestion, pepsin is secreted inside your stomach for digestion. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Which of, okay, we have done this. Magnetic moment order was asked. So now you have to calculate which one has the highest magnetic order. So the number P is given what, bacha? P is given Fe, F6, and this is 3 plus over here. Okay, so what will be the number of unpaired electrons here? Can anybody tell me? Here Fe is in what state? It is in +3 state, correct? So the electronic configuration here will be 3d5. 3d5 means what? Number of unpaired electrons here is 5, correct? And in the Q option, what is the Q option? Q option is vanadium, H2O6 and 2 plus, correct? So here vanadium is in 2 plus oxidation state. Vanadium is in 2 plus oxidation state, hence its electronic configuration is what? Saktiva 3d3. 3d3 oxidation. 3d3 will be the electronic configuration, hence the number of unpaired electrons are 3 actually, right? Now in the R option is what? FeH2O, and this is 6, and the and 2 plus is again, so Fe here is in 2 plus oxidation state. 2 plus oxidation state means what? 3d6 is the configuration, which means what? The number of unpaired electrons are actually just 4 here, right? So now as the unpaired electrons increases, magnetic moment is also increasing till the number of electrons are 5. As this option FeF6 has unpaired electron equals to 5, hence this option will have the highest magnetic moment. So the correct order for magnetic moment will be what? P is more than R is more than Q. Okay, so this is the answer. This is the correct answer, correct solution. Everybody got this part? Correct. Now next, which of the following we have? Okay, next, very interesting question. Which of the following has highest magnetic moment? Again a magnetic moment question. Can you see? We have done actually 3 magnetic moments question in just one session, in this one session. So highest magnetic moment here will be what, bacha? It will be D. Okay, I will tell you one trick. One trick is what? Like whenever the configuration is D1, its unpaired electron will be same to when the electronic configuration is 9. Both of these has unpaired electron equals to 1, right? When the electronic configuration is D2, its number of unpaired electrons will be same to D. In both the cases, number of unpaired electrons is actually 4. Did you get it? Did you follow this? So the number, which of the following has the highest magnetic moment? So can you see between these things? I think that D6, where n is equals to 4, has the highest magnetic moment. Does anyone have any doubt? Because magnetic moment is calculated, bacha, in what format? Magnetic moment, the formula for magnetic moment is n plus 2, okay, and under root. So this is the formula for magnetic moment. As the number of unpaired electrons increases, the magnetic moment also increases. So because D6 has the highest, which is number 4, D4 electrons, therefore this will have the highest magnetic moment. Okay, now the next very interesting question that has been asked, very interesting question. The question is CrO2Cl2 with, okay, this is the solution. Don't look at this. This is actually the solution part which they have written in the question itself. But the question that was asked to you was, this is what? This is chromyl chloride test. This is again from your D block elements. There is a test called chromyl chloride test, where what you do, you actually react this substance with NaCl, right? You have done this reaction. I have made you do this reaction numerous times, correct? So this chromyl chloride is when reacted with NaOH. NaOH is what? A base. NaOH is base. Always remember, this is the first thing that teachers teach you whenever they're teaching you, whether it is a K2Cr2O7, where it is potassium dichromate substance, or whether it is potassium permanganate, right? These two substances of D block are very much important. The reactions are taught in much depth in these reactions, but the first thing that they teach you is that in the basic medium, whenever you put a +6, whenever you put a +6, whenever the chromium is in +6 oxidation state and you put it in a basic medium, what happens, bacha? It gets converted into a dichromate. What does it get converted into? It gets converted into a dichromate crystal. Okay? So the same thing is happening because I've put it in a basic medium. So you should know this kind of compound will be formed, Na2CrO4. But if I actually put it in what, bacha? If I put it in acidic medium, then another kind of compound will be formed, right? Because these two are pH dependent species. What all are pH dependent species? Your Cr2O7 2 minus, and the next species is what? CrO4 2 minus. Both of these species, bacha, are pH dependent species. As you increase the pH, in the basic pH, this will be the major species, and in your acidic pH, this will be the major species. ठीक है? So when you increase the pH more than 4, when you increase the pH, then it will get converted into this compound. Always remember, now you have been given a base. Base means what? This kind of species will dominate. Can you see this kind of species is dominating? So this will be the product A. The second product is NaCl, and the third product will be water. That is it. That is the simplest reaction ever asked. Simplest reaction. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. We have done this. Statement 1. Again a P block question asked from just facts. That is it. The fact is boron have high melting point in the group. Okay? Boron actually has the highest melting point. Why? Because of its crystal structure. Melting point, bacha, depends on nothing else except the crystal structure. Whatever is its lattice contribution, in that manner the melting points increases. Correct? So boron actually has a icosahedral units of crystal structure present in boron. Hence boron actually has the highest melting point. Correct? Now this statement is therefore true. Next is boron have extremely high crystalline lattice. This is also true statement, right? And this statement is actually the reason of the above statement. Correct? Why boron has the highest melting point? Because it is extremely high crystalline in structure. So therefore both these statements are true, and the statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1 as well. Everybody is catching it? Everybody is catching it? Yes. Now next question is this. Select the strongest Bronsted base in the following. Okay? Don't look at this compound, bacha. Forget this. Forget this. Just look at here. These were the 4 options asked. Bronsted base means what? Basic thing is anything which can give away its electrons easily, right? That will be considered as a good base. A good base is what? Which will give away the electrons easily. Correct? So now let's look at all the options present here. In this NH has what? Let me select another pen color first. Okay, we'll go with red this time. Here, NH has a lone pair electrons on nitrogen, right? There's a lone pair of electrons. This lone pair is actually delocalized. It can get delocalized in this benzene ring and also can get delocalized in this benzene ring, right? So the availability of electron pairs to form a base, to give, base means what? Which give away the electrons easily, correct? So here it will not be able to give away the electrons. Now next here NH2, again it will participate in resonance, hence the availability to give its electron is less. So therefore this cannot be the option as well. Here in nitrogen, bacha, what will happen in this compound? This compound will again take part in resonance. Why? Because when it's taking part in resonance, it is becoming actually a aromatic compound. Because if it gives away its electron, then it is not an aromatic compound. Hence this is actually the weakest base. This is actually the weakest base because the electrons are actually used in this compound to make this compound turn it into an aromatic compound. Correct? Now, so this is not aromatic, but let's look at the last compound. This seems to be, bacha, a very, very basic compound. Why? The last compound actually is this structure. This is nitrogen, and here the alkyl groups are attached, right? Nitrogen's lone pair are here. Now what will this alkyl groups do, bacha? Alkyl groups will actually, alkyl groups are what? Electron donating groups. So these alkyl chains will donate more electrons to nitrogen, hence increasing the electron density of nitrogen, and hence nitrogen will be able to give away the electrons easily. Hence D option seems to be the correct option, because this alkyl chains attached to it is actually increasing the electron density. Correct? Now next. Okay, so we have done almost all the questions. Let's
Wow, what energy, ma'am. What energy. Really crazy. The students are loving it. Guys, how was Nandini ma'am's chemistry session? Did you all love the solutions? Did you all love the solutions? And how was the paper, ma'am? Was it like completely NCERT based?
It was completely NCERT based, extremely easy questions. Only the basics have been asked. Even from P block and whatever other D block elements, very, very basic questions are asked. Whatever is given in NCERT, that's it. Like the previous trends that JEE chemistry followed were actually, like, chemistry came pretty hard. For example, it will have like ring expansion and some other concepts, like 2-3 concepts will be combined to in just one question. But right now, very direct questions were asked.
Okay, okay. Good. So that was your chemistry discussion. Maths will also continue after this. Now let's come back to physics. I have got some more 10 to 13 questions. Thank you, Nandini ma'am. And let's begin with the physics discussion. Okay. Coming up on your screen. Here is your 11th question. Here is your 11th question. Coming up on the screen. Everybody ready for it? Yes. Let's have a look. Physics chemistry saying, Kamala Kalan is saying 160 plus. Wow, that is really good. 160 plus in physics and chemistry. That means you will be very close to 99 percentile. Hope maths will push your score even higher and you get about 220 at least. That will be really great if you get about 220. Maths should have helped you over there. Okay, so how to solve this particular question? Very interesting question. A charge is kept over here and find the tension in the ring. There is a charge on the ring also. So what happens is in this particular question, this charge will repel all the charges like this, so because of which the ring will try to expand, and in any element of the string there will be tension. In any element of the string there will be tension. Now how to find that particular tension out? The logic is you take a small element of the ring, and at the center, let's say it subtends an angle of 2d theta. Okay, d theta will make it 2 times d theta. Okay, that is the total angle subtended by the arc at the center. Why did I take a small angle? Because that tension will not exactly be horizontal. It will be making a small angle with the horizontal. You will see there is a small angle made because this is no longer a line, this is an arc, and these two tensions will act like this. This is a standard kind of question, and they will have components which are horizontal, which will cancel, but their vertical components like this, which is nothing but, if this is d theta, this is also d theta, this is also d theta, because this is d theta, this is d theta. By geometry you will get it. So this will be t sine d theta, this will be t sine d theta, this will be also t sine d theta. Both these two t sine d thetas will cancel, will balance rather the electric force from the charge which is placed at the center. So this charge which is there at the center will apply a repulsive force like this. It will balance that out. And this dF, this electric force will be given by K, Coulomb's constant, into this small q, into whatever charge is there on this arc will be, let's say, d capital Q. So it is d capital Q divided by distance, which is nothing but r square. Did you understand, my dear warriors? Did you understand, my dear warriors, what has just happened? Everybody with me? Everybody with me? So take a small arc. This was one of the toughest questions of this particular attempt. This is one of the toughest questions of this particular JEE Mains attempt for physics. It's not very hard, but from mains perspective, compared to the other questions I am telling you. Now, this DF will balance these two. So this DF will be basically balancing 2 t sine d theta. So what I can do now, I can just write this as 2t sine of a small angle is the small angle itself. So I can just put d theta over there, and over here what I can do is I can put it as k small q divided by r square, k small q divided by r square dq. What will this dq be? Well, for the entire ring the charge was capital Q. For an angle subtended of 2 theta d theta, how much is the charge? Think about it like that. So for 2 pi radians the charge was q. So for 2 d theta, how much will be the charge? That's what is going to be your dq. That is what your dq will be. So put that over here as q divided by 2 pi into 2 times of d theta. 2 times of d theta. D theta will cancel. You will see, you will get the value of tension from here. You will get the value of tension from here. How many of you were able to do this question? How many of you were able to do this question? See if you are getting this as kqq divided by 2 pi r square. kqq divided by r square. Okay, so that was the final answer. Moving on to the next question, question number 12. Collisions. After collisions of these two blocks, find the common velocity. I think it is directly based on conservation of center of mass, conservation of momentum, sorry. So I can just write initial momentum is mass into velocity plus initial momentum of the other block is 200 into initial velocity, which is 2. When they stick together, it will become 1200 mass and common velocity v. Common velocity v, right? So this will become nothing but 6000 plus 400, which is 6400 is 1200 v. 0 0 0 0 cancels. V will be 64 by 12. 12 goes with 65 times, so it will be approximately 5 point something. So or I think 5 point something is there, but we can also reduce this. I divided by 4. This will become 16. I divide this by 4, this will become 3. 16 by 3 will be exact answer. 5 will not be exactly correct. So I think it should be option number B. It should be option number B. Option number B. Yes. Let's check. Yes, it is option number B. Understood? Very good, Priya. Very good, Sivaraju. Excellent. No, Muhammad Ismail, 5 will be an approximate answer, but the exact answer will be 16 by 3. Very good. Yatin, if you are getting 160 in just physics chemistry, it is good. Many students are getting 160 in just physics and chemistry because the paper was very direct and straightforward. Next question on a meter bridge. I think it was given like this is some resistance. Find the resistance of this part. This is 60 centimeter. This is 40 centimeter. So the logic to be used over here, just see if this was what the question is. This is 4.5 ohm. This is 60 centimeter. This is 40 centimeters. This is 40 centimeters. So everything is asked for this wire. Area is given. Length is also given. So when a bridge is balanced, when the galvanometer shows no deflection, this by this resistance is this length by this length. So 4.5 divided by that resistance is nothing but 60 by 40. Is nothing but 60 by 40. 60 by 40 is 3 by 2. 4.5, I will just put it over here. Resistance is rho L by A. Rho L by A. So take that 2 on the top. Take that 2 on the top. So 2 into 4.5 divided by 3 is rho times L by A. Length is how much? 10 centimeter. That means 0.1. Area is nothing but 10 to the power minus 4. 2 4.5 will become 9. 3 goes with 9 3 times. So the value of rho will become 3 into 10 to the power minus 4 divided by 0.1. which will make it 3 into 10 to the power minus 3. 3 into 10 to the power minus 3 is option number A. 3 into 10 to the power minus 3 is option number A. Just check if you are getting it. Yes, very good, very good, very good. That is the correct answer. Moving on to the next question on your screen now. Here, there are 4 resistors arranged. Find the charge on the capacitor after a long time. Now what happens? Capacitor completely blocks the current. Capacitor completely blocks the current. So the current will go like this separately and it will go like this separately. That's it. Understand, there will be 2 ways in which the current will go. No current will go over here. So to find the voltage at X and Y, I need the currents, only then I can find the voltages. So how much is current I1? How much is current I1? I1 will be voltage, which is 10, divided by R1 plus R3, divided by R1 plus R3. So how much is R1 and R3? R1 and R3, 1 plus 2, which is 3. So 10 by 3 amperes. Next, how much is current I2? How much is the current in this branch? Again the voltage, which is 10, divided by R2 plus R4. How much is that? R2 plus R4. R2 plus R4, that is 6 plus 4, which is 10, which means it will be 1 ampere, which is nothing but 1 ampere. Now, I know this is battery producing voltage of 10 volts. Battery producing voltage of 10 volts. So if this is 0, if this is 0 volts, this will be 10 volts. If this is 0 volts, this will be 10 volts. This is also 0 volts. So how much will this be? How much will this point and this point be? Think about it. Voltage at point X. Voltage at point X. Come on, my dear warriors. A resistor produces potential difference of IR. Produces voltage difference of IR. So current in that is 10 by 3. So current in that is 10 by 3. Resistance is R3. R3 is nothing but 2. So that is nothing but 20 by 3. Similarly, what will be Vy? What will be Vy? Think about it. What will be Vy? It will be current into resistance. What is the current? I1. What is the resistance? R4. It is nothing but 4. So that is it. So that will be 4 volts. So what is the voltage difference between these 2 points? It will be this minus this. It will be 20 by 3 minus 4. 20 by 3 minus 4. Everybody with me? Okay. So this will be nothing but 4 3s are 12. 20 minus 12 is 8. So it will be 8 by 3 volts. Once I get this, I can find the charge also. Q is CV. Capacitance is 150 into this one, which is 8 by 3. 3 goes with 150 50 times. So 8 5s are 40. So 400 micro. 400 micro, which is option number C. 400 micro, which is option number C. Understood how this problem was supposed to be solved? Current 1, current 2, voltage at these 2 points using delta V is IR, delta V is IR. I know this is 0, so this will be whatever IR value. This will be also current into resistance. Find the voltage difference, subtracting these 2, and once I get the voltage, multiplied by capacitance to get the charge. That's what the answer should be. Yes, check it out. Yep, 400 micro coulomb, whatever. Now next one. The displacement of a particle is given by this. Find the velocity. One of the easiest question. I want everybody to spam the answer. I want everybody to spam the answer. We'll be making a paper analysis of this particular thing definitely after this. Don't worry. Everything is going to come up on this channel. So, my dear students, over here, velocity will be 2t squares derivative. Velocity will be 2t squares derivative and phi's derivative, because velocity is a derivative of displacement. So just take the derivative of 2t square I cap and the derivative of 5j cap. So this will be nothing but 4t I cap plus 0, because constant's derivative is 0, but the time given is 1 second. So just put it as 1 second, 1 second. So the answer is 4 I cap. Answer is 4 I cap. Just check it out. Option number C. Option number C. Is that everybody getting the same answer? Very good, Delvani. Very good, Krishev. Very good, Jeevan. I mean, you are lucky if you got this kind of a question in the paper. Next one. Find the intensity of the electromagnetic wave. Find the intensity of the electromagnetic wave. The wave equation is given. In this wave equation, understand, this is basically your E naught. This is basically your E naught. This is basically your omega. This is basically your K. What is the formula for intensity? What is the formula for intensity, my dear warriors, for an electromagnetic wave? Standard formula. That is nothing but half epsilon naught E square into the speed of light. Half epsilon naught E square into the speed of light. Everything is given to you. Half standard value. Epsilon naught is 8.85, 10 to the power minus 12. E naught is right over here. It is nothing but 200, like I told you. Speed of light 3 into 10 to the power 8. 3 into 10 to the power 8. Solve it. You must get it close to 53. You must get it close to 53. How many of you got it 53? How many of you got it 53? Very good. Very good. Awesomeness. Awesomeness. Nice to see all your reactions, guys. Keep loving this video. Keep supporting this channel. And we are the best Vedantu. We are the best English channel in the country. And for especially all the South Indian students and all the students across the country and even abroad who prefer watching the content in English with the best teachers, this is the channel for you. And thank you for making this channel a massive subscriber base of 210,000 subscribers. Thank you for making it 210k. Means a lot. Keep supporting, keep talking about this channel to all your friends, colleagues, batchmates, your relatives, cousins, anyone in your society. Means a lot. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing also. Okay, so let's go ahead to the next one. Monoatomic gas molecule of this much energy. Find the temperature of the gas. Find the temperature of the gas. So how do we do this? It's a monoatomic gas. The energy will be nothing but degrees of freedom into half kT. Degrees of freedom will be nothing but 3. So the temperature will be 2E by 3 and K will be below. 2 goes on the top, K comes below, and 3 will also come below. So 2 times energy. Energy is nothing but 414 electron volt. So multiplied by 1.6, 10 to the power minus 19, whole thing divided by 3 times Boltzmann constant 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23. That's it. Just do the math and you will get the answer. Yes, but that will be nothing but, yes, how much are you getting in Kelvin? How much are you getting? 3400 Kelvin. Very good. Very good. Yes, my dear students, I was not there on the channel, so many days, so many months. That's the reason. Yep. So almost an year, your Shreyas sir was not there, and now I'm back. So now we are going to make it even more. Thank you so much. Capto means captain's short form. Okay. Yes, we want all the Vedantu channels to grow. Correct. Yep. Welcome, Supriya. You're new to the channel. Subscribe to the channel as well. This question I gave it to you during sure shot replica paper so many times. I told you a question on acceleration due to gravity, mass, density, radius will come, and it ended up actually in the paper. This was from our mock test. I have been telling you that these kind of questions are very common. Gravity's acceleration is gm by r square. It is inversely proportional to r square. So g prime by g will be r prime and r over here like this whole square. So g prime will be g into r by r prime, because diameter becomes half. That means even radius also becomes half. Obviously, if diameter becomes half, radius will also become half. So glad, Jivanzart, you came back after I came back. Thank you so much. So what will happen? This is half of the old one. This is half of the old one, or the old one is double. Old one is double of the new one. This whole square. So won't it become 4G? How many of you got? Very good, Samarth. Very good, Siva. It is 4G. D for IIT Delhi. Correct. Perfect. Very good. Will you get the same kind of questions? Hopefully you get the same kind of questions. And it will be almost similar. Physics will almost be similar, because they can't do this in one paper. Physics is very hard and maths is very easy. I think it will be unfair on the other shifts students. So I feel personally it must be very much similar. Yep. Will they give constant values? Generally they don't give any constant values unless it is very weird constants. So you are expected to know all the constants like Stephen constant, Boltzmann constant, Rydberg's number, all these, epsilon naught value, Coulomb's constant, gravitational constant. You should know all these values, okay? Don't expect them from the examiner or the paper setter. Charged particle is moving with a constant velocity, my dear warriors, constant velocity, that means force will be 0. So electric field and magnetic field both are there. Is that possible? Yes. Electric field is like this, magnetic field is like this, and the charge particle is going with a velocity E by B. This is called as crossed field. It is also used in velocity selector, right? So option number 1 is correct. Even this is correct. No field, no electric field, no magnetic field, no force. This will also work. Electric field is not there, magnetic field is there. This will also work. Think like this. What if magnetic field is here and velocity is here? V cross B will be 0, so force will be 0. Even this will work. Electric field is not there, magnetic field is there. This will work. Yes. And D, this will never work because once you have electric field, my dear students, there will be a force. This force will definitely be there. So hence, fourth option is wrong. So 1, 2, 3 is option number A. 1, 2, 3 is option number A. Perfect. Exactly. Very good. How do we get questions after the paper? Slew. I'll tell you, we have very lovely students. We have amazing students who come after the class, after the exam. They might be stressed, they might be tensed, but in spite of that, they are like, sir, here are the questions. I remember these 5 questions. Another student comes and tells us, sir, I remembered 3 questions. They tell us everything. So hats off to those students, because I know the mental state after the exam. You might be tensed, you might not be happy, maybe you did not get some things, you might have some regrets, and in spite of that, students come and tell us all these questions which they remember, and we have a set of team of teachers. From those questions and those options which they remember, we solve it immediately, and we have an amazing team which puts it up on the slides, and that's how we are able to come so quickly. So hats off to those students. Yep. Okay. Yep. Very good. Let's move on. Here is the next question. An isothermal expansion, pressure is given, volume is given. This was decimeter cube. Log is also given. Find the heat absorbed. Because it is given isothermal process, then understand the heat will be delta U plus work. Delta U is 0, so it will be work only because this is 0, and work is nRT, or I can just use nRT, or I can just use PV because pressure into volume is given. P2 V2 or P1 V1. I can also use P1 V1 also. That's also fine. Okay, and into log of V2 by V1. Just have to substitute the values. Pressures are 800 kilopascal, so 800 into 10 to the power 3. Volume is 30 decimeter. Be careful, it is into 10 to the power minus 2. Centi is different, deci is different. Okay, be careful. All right. So, and here we'll have log of V2 by V1. V2 is 45, and this is what is it? 30. 45 and 30. Yes, there you go. That's all. That's all you need to do. Yes. Perfect. Awesome. Shall we go ahead to the next one? Yep. Don't worry, Anonymous, even if your mind is blank right now, just focus on what you know. Watch some motivational thing. Don't watch negative content, and relax. Meditate for 10 minutes. Close your eyes. Sit coolly. That's all. Okay? Sit very, very coolly. Yep. Moving on to the next question. Convex lens of focal length 40 centimeters focuses at a distant light of electrochemical cell. Current produced is I. If the focal length is 20 centimeters, what will the current change to? Assuming the diameter is same. Now remember, intensity of the light is what decides the current from a photovoltaic cell. Focal length has no role to play. Over here. So my dear students, because the diameter is the same, aperture is the same, the amount of light passing through the lens is also same. That means the intensity has not changed. So if intensity did not change, why will the current change? The current will be the same. Yes, current will be the same. Exactly. Perfect. So answer is just I. It will not be different. It will not be different. Okay. Next one, prism question. Mu is cot A by 2. Find the minimum deviation. Completely formula based question. Let me just solve that for you. So mu formula is sine of A plus delta by 2, delta minimum by 2, and upon sine of A by 2. Mu is given to be cot A by 2. Mu is given to be cot of A by 2. Take this over here. So into sine of A by 2 will be sine of A plus delta minimum by 2. Cot is nothing but cos by sine. Cos by sine. Sine will cancel. I am just left with cos of A by 2 is sine of A plus delta minimum by 2. Now cos and sine, how do I convert? I can just write it as sine of pi by 2 minus A by 2. This is sine of A plus delta minimum by 2. Is that right, my dear warriors? Is that right, my dear warriors? Perfect. Next one, sine is equal, so inside angles will be equal. So pi by 2 minus A by 2 is equal to A plus delta minimum by 2. 2 cancels. So pi minus A is A plus delta minimum. So delta minimum will be pi minus, take A on the other side, so it will become 2A. Pi minus 2A, which is option B for IIT Bombay. Very good, Sai. Very good. Dakshini, who said, please tell me, 30th Jan paper will be difficult? How do you know that? You traveled in the future, is it? So don't believe all those stuff, okay? So 30th Jan paper will be very hard. Sir, I got to know this analysis, I used this algorithm, and I got to know that this paper will be very easy. No, don't think like that. Don't think like that. Don't believe all these things. If something like that I would know, we would have come here and told you. So don't believe all these random YouTube things. Okay? So just focus on the knowledge. Just focus on solving the paper. Don't waste your time watching such videos. Okay. What about this? Charge is this much placed at the origin. What is the voltage difference between these 2 points? So find the voltage at all these points and find the difference. So potential at point 1 will be KQ by R. K is K only, Q is Q only. Okay, R is the distance. So if you are at a particular point, what will that R be? R will be nothing but root of x coordinate square plus y coordinate square under the root. X coordinate square plus y coordinate square under the root. Yes, everyone. Now, what will this be? The first one, it is nothing but root of root 3 square, which is 3, plus root of 3 square, which is again 3. So that will make it KQ by root 6, that is potential 1. Similarly, potential 2 will be KQ by, this was first point, now the second point will be KQ by, the second point will be root 6 square, which is 6, plus 0, which is just going to be KQ by root 6. That means both are equal. That means potential difference between them will be 0. So answer is 0. Answer is 0. D, very good, Sai. Excellent. Yes, the PDF will come later on. The PDF will come later on. Yes, that's the answer. Okay, yes, perfect. What about this? Two particles with same kinetic energy, masses are given. Find the ratio of their linear momentum. Find the ratio of their linear momentum. Now, momentum is root of 2 times mass into kinetic energy, standard formula. So, P1 by P2, because 2 is a constant, energy is same, only masses are different. So, it will be root of M1 by M2, root of M1 by M2. Mass 1 is 4, mass 2 is 25. You should have understood looking at the values that root might be involved. They are perfect squares. Root 4 is 2, root 25 is 5. So 2 by 5. 2 by 5 should be the answer. Just check it out. Yes, 2 by 5 is the answer. Very good. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Next one. Viscosity of gases is more than in liquids. Addition of insoluble impurities decreases the surface tension. Which one do you think is correct? Which one do you think is wrong? Which one do you think is correct? Which one do you think is wrong? Come on, my dear warriors. Very direct theory based question. It's very, very simple. Only the statement number 2 will be correct. When you add some impurity, then the surface tension decreases because the cohesive adhesive forces, they will decrease. Impurities decrease the forces between the molecules. That's why surface tension decreases. That's why statement 2 is correct. Viscosity of gas is more than liquids, wrong. In fact, gases are more sparse. The molecules are far away. their density is less, they don't hit each other so easily, their forces are also negligible. So in fact, as compared to liquids, their viscosity is much lower, not more. So first statement is wrong. Okay, so these were the 25 questions which I had got for all of you, my dear warriors. So now it's time for mathematics, I believe. So I will call upon Namrata ma'am, and after this we'll be coming up with all the bonus questions which were there. We'll be also going live for hopefully the student reaction from the second shift. Stay tuned on this channel, don't go anywhere. And yes, the second shift discussion also will start. So power packed sessions, power packed theory content. The most brilliant teachers are there on this channel with the best of the best live sessions coming up for all of you, and that too in English. So don't go anywhere. We are starting off with the maths discussion, right? Yeah. Okay, so yes, this one.
Chat box.
Okay.
The blank PPT.
Okay. Yeah. So ma'am is going to go with blank slides.
Yes.
Oh my god, guys, this is next level. I'm wondering where are the questions. This is completely blank. Okay, so this is next level discussion. Ma'am has everything in the notes, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, all the best.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, bye bye.
Chalo, are we ready for mathematics part? Right, so we have discussed already 8 questions are already discussed. I'll start with 9th question. So yes, okay, give me a moment. Okay, downloads, yes, slideshow from beginning. So yes, 9th question is from straight lines, and the question says, yeah, this is much comfortable. Ooh, I need help in this. So sorry, I need help in this. Why is it not working? Mithun, pen not working.
अभी मैं 3-4 दिन में ना सारा साफ सफाई कर दूंगा, आपका सारा सवाल का जवाब।
All right, why pen is disabled? Why is it disabled? All right, so till my team comes here and rescue this, and so I'll be sharing with you. So basically, let me just tell you about this. So there are some questions which was asked out of the syllabus. So not exactly out of the syllabus. For example, AGP was asked, and scalar triple product, a property related to scalar triple product was also asked, right? And I'll be sharing that what all questions were there which were asked out of the syllabus, right? Yes, so basically in total, if I rate this paper, the whole 27 January shift 1 paper, it was moderate paper basically. So but comparatively from physics and chemistry, relatively maths was on tougher part. Okay, all right, okay, please somebody please help me in this. Why this is disabled? The pen.
Give it to me. You didn't enable editing.
Okay. Slideshow from beginning. Okay. Yes, now it's fine. So let's start with the 9th question. 8 questions we've already done. So the question says we need to figure out the vertices of triangles are given to us. Vertices of triangles
are given to us, which are what? 1, 2, minus 3, 4, and C 5, 8. We need to figure out orthocenter of the triangle. Options are given to us. Orthocenter of the triangle, very basic question, and this was exact question was asked in JEE Main 2023 as well, right? So what is orthocenter? So first of all, let me just draw this triangle. So this is my triangle, right? This is my triangle. A is 1, 2, B is minus 3, 4, and C is what? 5, 8, right? Orthocenter is nothing but point of concurrency of altitudes. So I'll be dropping an altitude AD, right, and BE. And what I need to do is I need to write the equation of AD and BE. If I'm able to write the equation of AD, which is altitude from vertex A, and BE, which is altitude from vertex B, so the intersection point of AD and BE will give me orthocenter. Very easy. Yes, very easy. So AD, how to write equation of AD? To write equation of AD, I need 1 point on AD, which I already have. So y minus 2 is equals to slope times x minus 1. How to get the slope of this AD line? I don't know the slope of AD line, right? So what I can do is I can figure out slope of this BC line, right? Slope of BC is 8 minus 4, 4. 5 minus 3, 8. That means half is the slope of BC, right? And I am looking for a line which is perpendicular to BC. So slope of AC will be what? Negative reciprocal of half. That would be minus 2. So minus 2. Correct? Yes. All right. And what about now? Similar way. Now you got the drill, right? You need to write the equation of BE in similar manner. So BE equation will be, so y minus 4. And that is equals to x plus 3. What would be the slope of BE? To get the slope of BE, I need to know the slope of AC, right? Slope of AC. So, AC. Okay, so this is BC and this is AD, right? So, slope of AC is 8 minus 2, 6 upon 4, that is 3 by 2. So, slope of BE will be what? Tell me in the chat box. Minus 2 by 3, my dear students, minus 2 by 3. Now you just need to solve AD and BE. I'm not doing the calculations right now. Just need to solve AD and BE and you will get orthocenter H would be equal to 3 by 2, 1 would be your answer. Yes. So the moment you solve AD and BD, now you will get 3 by 2, 1 as your answer. Correct. Shall we move ahead? Shall we move ahead? Shall we talk about the next question? 10th question. What do you think? The next question is from which section? By the way, it is a hint. Okay. It is from one of the highest weighted chapters from algebra. So we have a question from binomial theorem which says n minus 1 CR that is equal to k square minus 8 times NCR plus 1. And here we are looking for K ka interval. So interval of K we are looking for, options are given and we are looking for interval of K, right? Not the exact value of K but interval related to K. Very easy, very basic question, right? So the moment I see n minus 1 CR and NCR plus 1, na? So what I can do is I can use a property. Yes, let me just show you the property. So property used in this question would be, so NCR will be equal to, so this N and R will come in front, N upon R. And what you need to do is now you need to subtract 1 from this N and 1 from this C. This is the property. Very popular property, very frequently used property, right? So this NCR plus 1 can be written down as, tell me in the chat box. So N will come in front, R plus 1 will come in front and N minus 1 CR. Can you see I have subtracted 1 from this N and subtracted 1 from this R, okay? So here N minus 1 CR. Can you see these both terms are getting cancelled out? And if I shift this k square minus 8 to the left hand side, this will become n upon r plus 1. Right? This will become n upon r plus 1. Okay? So now can you see this? You already know that in the question itself, NCR plus 1 is given to us. NCR plus 1 is only defined when your n is always greater than or equal to r plus 1. What does that mean? That your n upon r plus 1 is always greater than or equal to 1. That means 1 upon k square minus 8 is nothing but greater than or equal to 1. You just need to solve it with the help of method of intervals and you will get the interval of k. Let's do this. Okay, so 1 upon k square minus 8 minus 1 greater than or equal to 0. Take LCM k square minus 8 and this would be what? So 1 minus k square plus 8 greater than or equal to 0. So this will become 9 minus k square, or let me write k square minus 9. K square minus 8 less than or equal to 0. Yes. So k square, so k plus 3, k minus 3, k plus 2 root 2, right? And k minus 2 root 2 is less than or equal to 0. Plot the critical points on the number line minus 3, 3, minus 2 root 2, plus 2 root 2, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Okay, you are looking for negative. So k belongs to. Now, be careful while applying the brackets. So k belongs to minus 3, comma 2, minus 2 root 2, open bracket, union 2 root 2, comma 3. 3 pe you can apply the close bracket, but 2 root 2 pe you can apply the open bracket, right? But look at the question. Can you here put k is equals to 2 root 2 in the original question? Yes. So that's why now you have to apply close bracket, because this is not the original question, right? K square minus 8. So here you can put 8 and it will become 0. K can be equal to 8, right? This can become 0, right? Yes. Can this become 0? No, actually this cannot become 0, because these two terms, for this to become 0, this will, okay, so let it be open bracket. But there was no confusion related to brackets in the question itself. Okay, all right. Let's move on to the next problem. 11th problem. Any guesses from which topic? So we have a question from functions chapter, and you know what, trust me, this question was extremely easy, doable and alpha question. So the question has in functional equation f of x minus f of y is equals to log of x by y plus x minus y. Right, this is the functional equation given to you, and you need to calculate sigma k is equals to 1 to 20 f dash 1 upon k square, right? So this is what you need to figure out. First of all, the moment you see this question now, this functional equation is given to you and you are looking for f dash 1 upon k square, right? You're looking for f dash 1 upon k square. That means from here, from this functional equation, you have to extract f of x. F of x you should be actually having. So f of x, the moment you see this now, so f of x minus f of y. Let me just give it to you that how to actually intuitively you can calculate the value of this function. Log x minus log y, right, plus x minus y.
Continue. After this question, I need 2 minutes.
Okay, so now can you clearly see, by intuitively I can say that f of x is nothing but log x minus x plus constant. This is my function. If this is my function, this constant is very important. If this is my function now, then this holds, clearly this holds true, right? So I can clearly, by intuition only, I can say that this is my function f of x. Now what I can do is, so f dash I need to figure out, f dash x, tell me in the chat box what is f dash x. So 1 upon x minus 1, constant will be gone. But here I am not looking for f dash x. I am looking for f dash 1 upon k square. So just replace x by 1 upon k square and you are good to go. So f dash 1 upon k square will be equal to, this would be k square, right? So this is plus 1, right? Plus sign will be there. K square plus 1. Now you need to add all the value of derivatives starting from 1 to 20. So 1 square plus 1, 2 square plus 1, 3 square plus 1 and all the way up to 20 square plus 1, right? So 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square, that means sigma n square plus n. 1 plus 1 plus 1 will be n, where n is nothing but 20. So n plus 1, you know the formula, right? n plus 1 to n plus 1 by 6 plus n is nothing but 20 into 21 into 41 by 6 plus 20. The moment you solve it, So this is 10 and this is 3, 3 7s are 7 4s are 28. So 2870 plus 20 will be equals to 2890 is the correct answer. In the chat box, who all are telling me the answer? Yes, 1 upon x plus 1. Okay.
I just need here.
All right. All right. Yes, so you can see the L band in the below my video, that we will be sharing the answer key PDF and link is given in the description box. Okay, the whole complete answer key will be shared with you. Okay, shall I move on to the next question?
1 minute.
Okay. Any guesses? Next question is from which topic? So next question is from conic sections. And you know what? This question actually, you might feel that, ma'am, this question is actually, you might think that this is somewhat out of the reduced syllabus. Let me just tell you about this. So yes, so the question is y square is equals to 4x is a parabola, and right, which question is this? 12th question. Y square is equals to 4x is a parabola, x square plus y square minus 4x minus 16y plus 64 is equals to 0 is your circle, and you are looking for shortest distance between two curves. Shortest distance between circle and parabola. You're looking for shortest distance between circle and the parabola. Okay? So for this, what we need to do is, we first need to plot the curve. Y square is equals to 4x is pretty easy to plot. And this is your circle whose center is 2, 8. What about the radius? Radius is 2 square plus 8 square minus 64. So radius is 2. So that means 2, 8. So 1, 2, 2, 8. And radius will be this. So this is your circle, and you are looking for shortest distance. That means you are looking for what? This is normal. Normal to both the curves. Right? So basically what we need to do is, we need to write the normal of this curve, right? So do you know the normal of parabola y square is equals to 4ax? So the normal of parabola is y is equals to mx minus 2am minus am cube, right? It is the normal to parabola y square is equals to 4ax, and this normal passes through 2, 8. So what we need to do is a is 1. So y is equals to mx minus 2m minus, parabola will pass through center of the circle. Why? Because for a circle, normal always passes through the center of the circle. So basically this line is common normal to both the circle, and our shortest distance will lie along my common normal. This is the concept. Shortest distance between two curves always lie along the common normal of both the curve. So normal to parabola will always be the normal to this 2, 8. 2m minus 2m minus m cube, right? So m is nothing but minus 2. The moment you see m is equals to minus 2, you can easily write the equation y is equals to minus 2x plus 12 is the equation of normal, right? Now this normal, when I actually solve this normal with my parabola y square is equals to 4x, you will get the coordinates of this, right? We are looking for basically, so if this is A and this is B, I am looking for AC. AC is nothing but AB minus radius. Shortest distance will be what? Distance between A and B minus the radius. So AC will be the shortest distance, right? So B I already have. A I need to find out. A is the point where normal of the curve intersect with the parabola. That's what we are doing. So y square is equals to 4x. The value of y we can put it over here. 12 minus 2x ka whole square is equals to 4x. 4 will get cancelled out, and we are looking for 36 plus x square minus 12 is equals to x. So from here you will get x is equals to 4. Right? You will get what? X is equals to 4. And x is equals to 4. The moment you put x is equals to 4, now y will also be your 4. So that means your point A, this point is 4, 4. Distance between 4, 4 and 2, 8. So AB will be equal to 4 minus 2, 4. 8 minus 4, 16. Root 20. Root 20 is 2 root 5. And your AC, which is the shortest distance, is 2 root 5 minus radius, which is 2 of the circle. 2 root 5 minus 2 will be the correct answer. Yes, in the chat box. Yes, in the chat box. Let me just open the chat box. Clear? Shortest distance between two lines. Clear? Okay, Swargam is saying easy question tha. All right. Now, what do you think the next question is from? Next question. 13th question is from which topic? So 13th question is from limits, continuity and differentiability, and you know what? Trust me, this is the easiest question from limit can come, right? Limits and continuity both. So basically the question, the function is given to us, and the functions actually look quite scary. You will see 2 raised to power sine x minus 3 upon x minus GIF of x, where your x is less than 3. What happens when your x is equal to 3 and x is greater than 3? When your x is equals to 3, it is a upon b minus of x square minus 12x plus 7 ka mod. So mod is here till here only, upon x square plus 12x minus 7. And what about this? So this is b when so this is your function, and it is given that your function is continuous at x is equals to 3. Yes, your function is given as continuous at x equal to 3, and you need to figure out what? The value of a comma b. So ordered pairs of a comma b is what you need to figure out. Okay, this is what you need to figure out. So first of all, I can clearly see that if my function is continuous at x equal to 3, that means f of 3 should be equal to f of 3 plus, should be equal to f of 3 minus. F of 3, who is going to tell me what is the value of f of 3? So f of 3, the moment I put 3 over here in this, can you see 3 square plus 12x minus 7, this will give me a positive value, right? And what about this? Modulus of anything is always positive, and both values will be definitely similar. So positive value, so these two terms will get cancelled out. So it will become a by b, right? So modulus of them, both are same quantity, denominator is positive, numerator is modulus, which will be positive. So a upon b. So your f of 3 is a by b. F of 3 plus, who is going to tell me f of 3 plus will be b. F of 3 minus, now this might take me some effort, this might require some effort of mine. So f of 3 minus, so the moment I put 3 minus, that means 2.99, right? So this x minus GIF of x is nothing but fractional part of x, and I am going to put what? Basically 2.99999 in this, in the place of this. So the moment I see in the denominator, the moment I put 2.999, the fractional part would be 0.999, which would be approximately 1. So basically it will become what? 2, denominator will be approximately 1. What about the numerator? The moment I put 2.999, it would be approximately 0. That would be h. So this is 2 raised to power 0. That is 1. So a by b is equals to b is equals to 1. What does that mean? Can you see this? A is equals to b square, and clearly b value is 1. So 1 comma 1 is the ordered pair, which is the correct answer. Absolutely easy question, done and dusted in nanoseconds, in fraction of seconds, right? Yes, so continuity has the very good, very easy question, right? Shall I move on to the next problem? Yes, shall I move on to the next problem? 14th problem. 14th problem is from matrices and determinant, guys, right? So the question says we have been given a function in what form? In matrix form. So cos x, then we have minus sin x, then we have 0, 0, this is 1. Here we have sin x, cos x. 0, 0. Related to this function, two statements are given to you. Statement number 1, statement number 2. Statement number 1 says that f of x multiply f of y is nothing but f of x plus y. We need to check whether this is true or not. And basically the statement number 2 says that this f of minus x is equals to 0 is an invertible function. Options given to us are option A, statement 1 is true but statement 2 is false. Option B says both statement 1 and statement 2 are true. And similarly option D and C are given, where this says statement 1 and statement 2 both are false, and it says statement 1 is false but 2 is true. So we just need to check the validity of statement number 1 and statement number 2. So clearly f of x into f of y, what does that mean? How do you check the validity of statement number 1? So you just need to multiply f of x, f of y. How do you do that? So you have determinant number 1, you have matrix number 1, matrix number 2, which has what? Cos x minus sin x 0, sin x cos x 0, 0 0 1. What about this? Cos y minus sin y 0, sin y cos y 0, 0 0 1, right? So the moment you start multiplying, so this would be row 1, and this would be column 1, row and column, cos x cos y, right? Then we have minus sin x sin y and then 0. So the very first element of this f of x into f of y would be cos x cos y minus sin x sin y, so that would be cos of x plus y. Are you getting my point? Are you even seeing this? Now row 1 will get multiplied with column number 2. So cos x sin y, and we have minus, so minus cos x sin y, sin x cos y. So this will become what? Minus of sin x plus y. Take out the minus cosine, minus sin x plus y. Now this row will get multiplied with this one. So 0, 0 and 0. So this is 0, right? And similarly, if you multiply it, you will get sin x plus y, precisely cos x plus y and 0, and then this will be 0, 0, 1. Can you see this? Exactly. This is nothing but f of x plus y, isn't it? The moment you replace x by x plus y, you will get exactly this. That means statement 1 is definitely true. Now what about statement number 2? Statement number 2 says that my f of minus x is equals to 0, whether it is an invertible function or not. So we need to actually figure out f of minus x ka determinant. If it is non-zero, no, whenever any determinant is non-zero, that matrix is invertible. So f of minus x will look like what? So cos x minus sin x. Okay, so what I can do is I can find out the determinant of f of x, right? So basically the moment you figure out, no, so it would be, let me just do it over here only. Yes. So this will be minus, this will be plus, that's it. F of minus x, if I have to calculate, this is minus, this is plus. Now open this with the help of this particular element. So cos square x plus sin square x, that is 1. So determinant of f of minus x is coming out as 1, which is not equal to 0. That means statement number 2 is also true. If statement 2 is true, option B is absolutely right. Both statement 1 and 2 are true. Again, this is not a very difficult question, but analytical question, right? Let's move on to the next problem, problem number 15. Any guesses from which topic? Okay, so again now we have a really very good question from limits, in which wherein 2 limits are given to you, right? So basically A is given as limit x tend to 0, right? Square root of 1 plus x की power 4 minus root 2 upon x raised to power 4. And another limit B, double limit is given to you. B is given to you, which says limit x tend to 0, sine square x upon root 2 minus root 1 plus cos x. Let's just start solving it, and we need to figure out what the value of AB cube ka value we need to figure out, right? So value of A, the moment I see this expression, limit of this expression, now the first thing in the chat box, who is going to tell me about the chat box? What should I do? Yes, what should I do? For A, what we need to do is we need to rationalize it. Very easy. So to rationalize, square root 1 plus x की power 4 minus root 2 upon x ki power 4. Of course, limit x tend to 0. Let's not forget. Rationalizing will give me 1 plus square root 1 plus x ki power 4 minus root. So plus root 2 will be there, and same thing will be here. Plus root 2. Correct? Yes, I have already said. So answer key is so PDF related to the answer key. You will get the answer key in the description box, and it's flashing on my screen as well. Do not forget about that. Okay. So now a minus b, a plus b. ठीक है? So a minus b, a plus b. Tell me what will be there. So basically 1 plus square root 1 plus x ki power 4 minus 2 upon x ki power 4, and in here if you see, the moment you put x is equals to 0, this will be root 2 plus root 2, that would be 2 root 2. So we can clearly write it over here simply, and now your expression will become root of 1 plus x ki power 4 minus 1 upon x ki power 4, and 2 root 2 is here. Limit x tend to 0. This is your a. Again, you have to rationalize it, or what you can do is you can actually apply binomial theorem over here. So 1 plus 1 by 2 x ki power 4 minus 1 upon x raised to power 4 2 root 2. 1 getting cancelled out, x raised to power 4 x raised to, so 1 by 4 root 2 is the value, or else what you can do is rationalize as well. So this is your a. What about b? So for b again, I'll be rationalizing it right here. So root 2 plus root 1 plus cos x, right, upon root 2 plus 1 plus cos x, right. So this will become 2 minus 1 minus cos x. Denominator will be what? 2 minus 1 minus cos x. Okay. So 2 minus 1 plus cos x. Let it write me this way. Or sin square x can be written down as, by the way, 1 minus cos 1 plus cos. Can I write it this way? 1 plus cos x 1 minus cos x. Right. And in here, the moment you put x is equals to 0, this would be what? Root 2 plus root 2. This will become 2 root 2. Right. So this is 2 root 2. Right. Now this is what? 1 minus cos x. Can you see? 1 minus cos x will get cancelled out with 1 minus cos x. The moment you put limit x tend to 0, you will get what? 2 into 2 root 2. So 4 root 2. A is 1 upon 4 root 2. B is 4 root 2. We are looking for value of AB cube. So this would be what? 4 root 2 ka cube upon 4 root 2. This would be 4 root 2 ka square. 32 is the correct answer, my dear students. Yes, 32, correct, perfect, very nice. Okay, so good question, I would say, but again, because two limits were involved, so it was, we have to take some time calculating limit number 1, calculating limit number 2, and then put the values and then get the answer. Okay, so next, the 16th question. 16th question is from the world of complex numbers, and you know what, I have actually took the session on complex number. I have revised you in the formula itself. So the question says, very easy question, if mod of z plus iota is equals to mod of z minus iota is equals to mod of z minus 1 is given as a set, curly bracket open, curly bracket close. Okay, z belongs to complex number. What we are looking for is number of elements in set S. So option A is 1, option B is 2, option C is 3, option D is 4. Can you see this now? If set S contains this particular z which satisfy this condition, can you see this? This condition is very important. So concept, I already told you that the moment you see mod of z minus z1 na, is equals to some constant k. What does that mean? What does this mean? So geometrically, it means that there is a known complex number z1 whose distance from the unknown complex number z is equals to k. Yes, distance between z and z1 is given as k, that's what they are saying. So in here, can you see that z minus minus iota? So this complex number is nothing but 0 comma minus 1. Do you agree? This complex number will be what? 0 comma 1, and this complex number would be 1 comma 0, right? Z minus, so this is 1. So basically what they are saying is, there is a complex number whose distance from 0 comma minus 1, 0, 1 and 1, 0 is equal. There is a complex number whose distance from 3 points A, B and C. So this is 0, -1. Oops, I have actually incorrectly drawn this. So sorry about this. Yes. What are the points? Tell me. 0, -1 will be here, na? 0, -1, 0, 1 and 1, 0. Yeah, this is the triangle actually. Hai na? So they are saying that there is a complex number whose distance from A, B and C are equal. So can we say that this is nothing but condition of circumcenter? Circumcenter is the point whose distance from all the three vertices are equal, right? So this Z is nothing but what? Circumcenter of the circle ABC. So this is A, this is B, this is C. So how many elements will be there in set S? Only one element, because Z is nothing but circumcenter. So the moment you calculate the value of circumcenter of this triangle, you will get the exact Z, that is one particular thing. Okay, all right, clear? So we don't need to calculate it. We can, but we don't need to calculate it right away. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next question, which 17th question, from the world of quadratic equations and cube root of unity. And the question is absolutely on point, my favorite question actually. So the question says, if alpha is root of x square plus x plus 1 is equals to 0, then we need to figure out what. So it is given that 1 plus alpha raised to power 7, alpha plus b alpha plus c alpha square, c alpha square, right? And what they are looking for is ordered triplet A, B, C, and the options are also given to us, A, B, C and D. Let me just write it down. 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 5, 3, 3, 2 and -1, 5, 4, right? So alpha is the root of this particular equation. Do you know this equation? Do you think that this equation is familiar to you? I have already taught you this, that two roots of this equation are omega and omega square. You can take any root. You want to take omega, you want to take omega square, any root will work. So alpha can be replaced by what? Omega. Let's just put omega over here. 1 plus omega ki power 7 is equals to alpha plus b omega plus c omega square. By the way, we do have properties of omega. 1 plus omega square is given as 0, right? And omega cube is 1. These are the two things which we need to keep in mind while talking about omega. Only two things, okay? So now 1 plus omega is what? Tell me. Minus omega square ki power 7. And this will become minus omega raised to power 14. Minus omega raised to power 14. So omega power 14 will be broken down. Omega ki power 12 and omega ki power 2. So omega ki power 12 is 1 because omega cube is 1. So this is nothing but omega square. Now if we actually see the right hand side, now you will realize, ma'am, the question should be bonus, because nothing is getting matched. Basically C should be -1, B and basically this should be 0. That you can say, but you know what, we have to do some manipulation to get the correct answer, because this question is not at all incorrect. What we can do is, we can multiply k times 1 plus omega square minus omega square is equals to alpha plus b omega plus c omega square. You will tell me, ma'am, why? How can we do that? So basically this is nothing but 0. So we have added 0, which will make no sense, right? So this is 0. Now can you tell me the coefficients of the left hand side? So the constant term is k in the left hand side, right? Comma. Again, the coefficient of omega is also k, but the coefficient of omega square, can you tell me? K minus 1. K minus 1 is the coefficient of omega square. That means these two things should be similar and this should be 1 less than. So basically I can clearly see only option C is that kind of options where 3 and 3 are similar and 2 is 1 less than 3, right? So this is how we can solve this question. Very good question, I would say. All right, so I can see 143. Who was saying 143? 143 is not in the option, by the way. ठीक है? All right. So 18th question, any guesses? 18th question is from application of basically method of derivatives. Very easy question. A function f of x is given to you, x cube plus f dash 1 x square plus we have f double dash 2 x, ठीक है, and we have plus f double dash 3, f triple dash 3. This is the question given to you. What we need to figure out is the value of f dash 10. Very easy question. First of all, the moment we see this, to simplify the question now, what you can do is you can mark this as a, this as b, and this as c. So your function will be much simpler. X cube plus ax square plus bx plus c, right? Now start differentiating. F dash x will be equal to 3x square plus 2ax plus b, right? What about f double dash x quickly? So 6x plus 2a, 6x plus 2a. What about f triple dash x? That would be 6. The moment I see f triple dash x now, the moment I put x is equals to 3, because f triple dash c is given to it, I'll be getting f triple dash 3 is equals to 6. That means the value of c is 6. That's when this value is known to us 6. Now only the whole problem is all about finding a and b. How do you do that? So the moment I see f dash x, put x is equals to 1, and here put x is equals to 2. Yes. So f dash 1, a is equals to 3 plus 2a plus b. Can you see that a plus b is nothing but, are we doing correct? Yes. So x is equals to 1, f dash 1. Then we have 3 plus 2a plus b. So a plus b is coming out as what? Minus 3. Is it the case? A plus b is coming out as minus 3. Am I doing the correct? And f double dash 2. So f double dash 2 is nothing but b is equals to 6 2s are 12 plus 2a. So 2a minus b is equals to minus 12, and a plus b is equals to minus 3. The moment I add this now, 3a is equals to minus 15. A is coming out as minus 5. The moment I see a, minus 5 by the way. So minus 5. So b is coming out as 2. So that means your f dash x is known to you now. So f dash 10 will be equal to what? 300, right? So 300 plus 2a. So that means minus 10. So minus 100. And this is b, so plus 2. This is your f dash 10. That means 202 will be your correct answer. Tell me in the chat box whether you find this question as extremely easy or not, because this was totally an easy question, right? But then you know what, the moment you put a, b and c na, then only your question will be easier. Otherwise you will be the whole thing will be very chaotic. The way you write the question also makes the question very easy or difficult. If you always are writing f double dash, f triple dash, it will actually create burden on your mind. Make the question extremely simple, okay? Now we have a 19th question on our plate. Yes, 19th question on our plate. Okay, alright. So 19th question is that question which I have already told you that this question will definitely be there in your JEE Main 2024. I can write it anywhere. So I have done that already, and you know what? Shift 1 is also having that question. So question is also very simple from the 3D geometry. So you have two lines, x minus 1 by 2, y plus 1 by 4, z minus 1 by 3, and you have x minus 2x minus 1 upon 5, then we have y minus 2 by 3, then we have z upon 6, right? 6. We need to figure out shortest distance between two skew lines. You know the formula, right? You know the formula. Shall I write the formula right away so that if tomorrow you have a question paper, you don't forget the formula? So shortest distance between two lines is x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, a, b, c, 1, 1, 1, a2, b2, c2, determinant close, whole upon we have I, j, k, cross product between a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2. Obviously, you will be applying a modulus over here. Shall I start this? So the basically coordinate of this first will be what? 1 comma minus 1 comma 1. This is the first point. From here I need to do some manipulation. Please understand this. This is not in the standard form. I need to take out 2 common, so it will be x minus half. And this 2 will be outside, so that would be 5 by 2. Rest everything is fine. So the point is what? Half comma 2 comma 0 is the point, right? So let me just draw the determinant. 1 minus half is what? Half. Minus 1 minus 2 is what? Minus 3. And we have 1 minus 0 as 1. What about this? 2, 4, 3. And this is 5 by 2, 3 and 6. Whole upon what you need to do is figure out the cross product. So let me just directly find out the cross. 6 4s are 24 minus 9. So square root of 15 ka square plus 6 2s are 12 minus 15 by 2. So that would be 9 by 2 ka square. And this would be 3 2s are 6 minus 10. 6 minus so 4 ka square. Right? You just calculate the value. I am leaving this up to you. I have actually solved this. So 34 by root 1045. 34 by square root of 1045 will be the correct answer. Okay? Are you getting my point? Yes. Okay. Shall I move on to the next problem? Okay. So we have 2 more problems with us. Okay. So this problem is a must-watch problem. Yes. This problem is a must-watch problem from binomial theorem. They say A is sum of terms in the expansion of. A is sum of actually coefficients in the expansion of. So it is 2 plus 3x square. Okay. And similarly, B is sum of coefficient in the expansion of similar 1 plus x square की power n. ठीक है? And we are looking for relation between A and B. Correct relation between A and B. So the solution to this problem is a single line solution. I will give you the solution and then I will tell you the concept behind it, because that is very important. So basically the moment you need to figure out coefficients of any expansion, now the shortcut says that you have to put x is equals to 1. So your sum of coefficients will be what? 2 plus 3 raised to power n. That would be 8 raised to power n, or you can write it as 2 raised to power n ka cube. Similarly for B, again you have to put x is equals to 1. So that would be 1 plus 1 raised to power n. So that is 2 raised to power n. And you know what? If you create cube of B, you will get A. So B cube is equals to A is the answer of this question. Now you will be saying, ma'am, why x is equals to 1? You are putting why x is equals to 1? Why you are putting x is equals to 1? So basically whenever we expand this now, 1 plus, so concept, let me just tell you the concept. 1 plus x square ki power n. So expand it using binomial theorem. nc0 plus nc1 x square plus nc2 x ki power 4 and so on. What you are looking for is sum of coefficients, isn't it? So what are the coefficients? So you are looking for nc0 plus nc1 plus nc2, because you are neglecting. So this is what you are looking for. Generally I am saying. So how do you get this? In this, put x is equals to 1 on both the sides. You will get 2 raised to power n is equals to nc0 plus nc1 1 square. That means this x will automatically get vanished, and that's why you put x is equals to 1. This is a shortcut when you want to get sum of all the coefficients. Okay, because you want your x to get vanished but not become 0. It should be still there. Okay, so last question on your screen from functions. This is my last question, and you know what, this is again very direct question which says you have a function whose domain is n but whose codomain is not having, whose codomain is having this n minus, okay, whose domain is all natural numbers except 1 and whose codomain is also same all natural numbers except 1. Right, this is your function which says fx is largest prime number. Fx is largest prime factor of n. Largest prime factor of n. Largest prime factor of n, right? Fx is largest prime factor of n. So if I wish to calculate f of 2, because f of 1 I can't calculate, domain is not having 1. F of 2, now largest, this is n, yeah, f of n is largest prime factor of n. So large, f of 2 will be largest prime factor of 2. What is the largest prime factor of 2? 2 itself. 2 itself is largest prime factor for 2. What about f of 3? So as per the definition, Fn is nothing but largest prime factor of n. So f of 3 will be largest prime factor of 3, which is 3 only. F of 4 will be the largest prime factor of 4. Now 4 is not a prime number. So what is the prime factor which is prime factor of 4? So this is 2. Can you see this? So now I can clearly see, okay, let me just give you the option. Option says that your function is what? 1, 1. Function can be many 1, 1, 1 on 2, many 1 on 2. Okay, we are looking for 1, 1 on 2, many 1 on 2. Then function is what? 1, 1 into, and function could be many 1 into. Okay, these are the 4 options given to you. I have decoded the function already for you. So can you see that 1, 1, many 1? First of all, let's figure out whether my function is 1, 1 or many 1. I can clearly see that f of 6 also will give me 2. Sorry, 3. F of 6 will give me 3 as a value, because largest prime factor of 6 is what? 3. Right? So that means I am getting multiple values. That means 2 pe I am getting 2, and 4 pe also I am getting 2. Right? 3 pe I am getting 3, 6 pe also I am getting 3. So it is clearly not a 1, 1 function. Clearly this is a many 1 function. Many 1 function. So 1, 1 is incorrect, 1, 1 is incorrect. Many 1, many 1. Right? And now many 1 on 2 or many 1 in 2. So we can clearly see that the value of fx will always be prime number. Right? Fx cannot be equal to 4. Fx cannot be equal to 6. Why? Because in here I will only get the prime number. Fx can only take prime numbers. So that means my value will be into. So basically my function is what? Many 1 and into. Why? Because my function will not take all the values. This was the last question, my dear students, and this is very easy question if you are thinking. The only thoughtful question, conceptual question. Okay, so now we are done with the all paper solution shift 1. We will be preparing for shift number 2 now. Okay, so I already told you about this. The information is flashing on my screen that the answer key PDF will be available in the description box. Please do check it. Okay, so now I will take your leave because I have to go and come back with the next paper, with the shift 2 paper. This is me, Namrata, signing off.